The other side, they're gone. You know, they don't talk to me or they're dead at this point. I don't even know. Ever since they fucking lied like they always did about money and a will, I had to leave all these motherfuckers behind for different reasons.
Right.
You know, whether it hurts me or not, bro, it had to happen. It had to happen. I'm way better off now than ever. It had to happen. There's no way else to look at it. Right.
No,
but at the end of the day, bro, I'm the last one. They're all gone. There's nobody left. I got a cousin in Florida. We haven't talked since 12 years old. Right. Another fucking miserable motherfucker with bitch ass parents. You know? So listen, I'm the last of the Mohicans when it comes to this. If I don't procreate, we're done. As far as the genetic egoic lineage. So it's amazing to me how little time, energy, attention, and effort they put into me and my walk and supporting me and been fixated on themselves and their fucking egoic pursuits that always lead to little to nothing. It really is fascinating how selfish these motherfuckers are when you get right down to it.
No, I absolutely kind of agree. I mean, and most people would say, you know, I mean, obviously, especially when it comes to family, like, I mean, people know the optics of that shit, but I could honestly say, come from the streets, like you said, and my self-understanding, and especially in the heroin game, as you know, you don't.
Yeah, I don't necessarily look at myself as coming from the streets, bro. I pretty much was born to a suburban household that was broken with no mama, father working and becoming one of them latchkey kids, essentially, where you send me off to school, I come home, my father's still at work, and I'm running to the streets.
Right. No, you know? I get it.
So like it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? I wasn't somebody born into poverty. I always had what the fuck I needed at home. I had food in the fridge. I had clothes on my back. I didn't want for anything. I wasn't right within me. I was seeking a fucking influence outside of the home because I didn't trust my father. And part of that came from a distrust of what happened with the authorities and my mother, right? I'm not somebody who doesn't claim I've been riddled with trust issues from day one. I've been working on that and practicing certain ways to get outside of that. But guess what? You get broken enough and you get enough trust issues, you wind up being able to read people real well because you're expecting them to fucking hate on you and do something bad. And then when you learn to check that and not expect it and just observe, you find out that all of your fears weren't exactly unfounded. Human beings aren't exactly the most trustworthy fucking species. I mean, look at the way they treat children and animals. Let's really get real with ourselves and each other. You want like a dark fucking vision? Look at how Lou and the rest of them will raise an animal, pet it, love it, and then slit its fucking throat for their own existence. They're selfish pigs. You get right down to it.
Like the kid with the magnifying glass burning the ants, you know, so to speak.
Yeah, bro, I don't want to harm any other creations the way they harm me. I don't want to kill the animal. I don't want to love it and care for it and kill it. I'd almost rather die eating everything but the animals if that's the case. I don't want to do any more harm in this realm. I want to stop it. And the only way to stop it is with self.
Do you think they recognize your accomplishments? Because I know your dad obviously has, you know,
they don't fucking get any of it, bro. They don't even, first of all, there is no real accomplishment here other than a state of understanding that works for self and others. There is no real accomplishment here other than generating value without having to go punch a clock and having a boss daddy. But to them, they're so egoic that they can't keep it real. They may keep it real on the side, partially with me. They won't come on here and say what it really is and live into that and look to that the way that they need to. Not because it's me, not because I need that, because it's what is. They don't want to learn from me or with me. They don't want to walk this path with me. They don't want me to be a facilitator of understanding for them. I'm just Paulie boy. I'm their son. I'm their nephew. What the fuck could I know and do? I must have just got lucky with a bunch of other dummies out there, right? Because they all think they're smarter than everyone else in this chat and everywhere else. It's amazing what the ego will tell itself to keep the fucking bullshit going. Right? Oh, we're so intellectual and clever. We're so successful. We're accomplished. Give me a fucking break. I know you. I know how you think and speak. I know your relationships. I know the outcomes and the results. Who are you bullshitting? Yourself or me or everyone else or all the above?
I mean, I guess I see where you're coming from because it's not necessarily accomplishment to get yourself out of fucking, you know, a possession, so to speak, or whatever.
I'm not going to build my ego up, bro, and I'm not going to break it down. It just is what it is, cause and effect. You do this, you get this.
And remember that day you told me to ask you 10 questions? This is kind of off that shit. So all you motherfuckers who want to say, oh, Snaps is... See, we're getting a lot out of Paulie Boy here because me and him are just being real talking. But hey, Pino.
Yeah, we're just being real and talking, and you ain't doing the usual gossip column drama beta
Oh.
bullshit that goes nowhere.
The
The loop
Pogos
within the loop.
exposed themselves last night. They were bragging about touching little kids. We all saw it.
Yeah, well, whatever, bro. Guess what? You ain't God, and neither am I. I'm a mere God of all media. I don't get to judge. At the end of the day, that's their walk. If they like who and what they are and how they're living, then I love it because they're going to get everything they need and more in this creation. I've learned that. I don't even have to do nothing. I don't even have to say nothing about it. I really don't.
I ain't gonna lie. I expected it from Talcott, but I was kind of just amazed how he flipped from when he was here on panel, wanting to work with you.
Listen,
you guys
bro,
were
how do you think you go into a cop's office, like those interrogation rooms? They bring in 3 people. They look at Talcott, they look at Slow State, they look at Cynthia, and they start profiling. And they go, what's a common theme here? They seem sexually unresolved. They don't have any partners that are attractive. They dress up and act like the opposite sex, male or female. What's going on here? And then you get to the id, to the root of it. And yeah, they got an attraction to something other than what's conventional, right? They won't talk about it. They won't be real about it. They all press it, repress and depress it and wall it up, but it shows in the way they act out, right? That's why I say, man, sexuality is a linchpin to a lot of this mental and emotional illness and disease, whether you want to accept it or not. It's the taboo recesses of the subconscious and collective unconsciousness. And you really have to make that conscious and work with it and understand it, or it's going to take you down. Okay. So when they're giggling and laughing about touching children when it wasn't even a joke, they're just like, I don't even want to get into it, bro. Because they're going to say I'm projecting.
Yeah,
they're just going to do the mirror where they say,
got
they're
it.
not going to
We
give
got
any
it. We
explanation
got
or
it.
breakdown like I do. They're just going to say, that's you. And that doesn't suffice, right? So we understand profiling, psychology, sociology. We understand subconscious and how it acts out. And we understand how it convicts you. That's all of criminology, right? You guys forget I have thousands of hours in each one of these disciplines. You know, body language, facial recognition, you know, eye movements. Like, do we really need to get into this? Just because I don't go piece by piece down all of it. I've looked at it, I've taken it in, I've worked with it, and it's like 1 for 1. And I have knowledge of self. So chances are whatever's in me on some level is in you as well. And then there's going to be levels to that. And I'm going to uncover it. So, you know, it's best off just shutting the fuck up or being all the way real with someone who's a human lie detector, because they're going to draw you out and expose you. And the best part is, like at a fucking cop's interrogation room, most of the time, the best shit doesn't come when you're interrogating someone. It comes when you leave the room, right? They're going to read your body language and all the rest of it when they leave the room. They're going to send somebody else in when they leave the room. You're going to wind up getting comfortable and talking to that other person, and you're going to drop some piece of information they're going to fry you with. That's how this game works. You can't lie online and do it consistently and get away with it. You could say I'm lying, but I haven't gotten away with it because you can't get away with it. So I'm not lying. You all are lying and you can't get away with it, and you get caught regularly, whether you accept it or not, right? And then the rest of it is discernment, because you got about 3/4 or half of the audience who couldn't find their ass with both hands. They'd be with a psychopathic, sociopath, narcissist, egotist, say they love him so much and call me that. That's how fucked up it is, right? So, you know, again, self-awareness is a motherfucker. You can't run from yourself. You'll only convict yourself trying to avoid talking about yourself, honestly. So it's penile power. We were up late last night, chumming around over there.
You know, I got my first full night of sleep last night in, like, I don't even know, man, days. I think I really got a full 8. I slept until like
because Daddy was there for you. Daddy gave you what you needed. Daddy showed you love. I tucked you in real late. I said, there's milk and cookies on the foyer out there. There's milk and cookies on the shiffer robe. Right? It's all going to be okay. We're here. We're doing it. We're doing life on life's terms.
Yeah, I went a little bit longer. I think maybe 20 minutes, but yeah, then I shut down.
Did you beat your baby meat when you got off last night? Were you all hot and bothered from all those women around you? You didn't beat your baby meat.
No, actually, I had a nice visit from an Australian MILF who, we got to talk for a little while there, maybe an hour and a half. So that was
damn, that's hot, bro. Like, they get me. You know how many women I've chased away because I just go right at them in the inbox from like Australia or wherever? Not now. I'm more like reserved nowadays. But at one time, like that, just they get me, man. British women, Australian, that accent, it does me head in. You know, really sexy to me. I'm a very lustful man. I'm depraved.
Yeah,
Somebody
and
help me.
and having Jackie and lovely Jackie and Brielle was a treat too. Quite a treat as always. And I don't know if Brie would have came up if it wasn't for you. So you definitely help add to the flow state that makes the women who are possibly in a flow state themselves in a different
Whoa.
way to come up. You know how when
Easy
they're in a flow
now.
state, they say there's more. It's interesting because it is kind of
New levels of pleasure.
yeah.
I think that's what you're
supposedly the
saying.
horniest when they're go
New levels of pleasure. New levels of release.
I fucking love my Patriot Hydration Pack. Oh, that feels good.
Does that feel good?
oh yeah.
What do you got, man? You want to get to the breaking slave news, or do you got like something that you want to get into?
I will say after you coming up, man, they hit me. They hit me for all this shit. They took one of my stream downs for third party whatever. They hit the stream from last night as well for one little 20-30 second snippet where me and Nubs were talking over it and it was already edited to begin with. But they blocked it in like 270 fucking you know what I mean? Region. It's blocked fucking pretty much everywhere except I guess the US, France, Russia, China, everywhere.
Yeah, well,
India.
bro, part of it is you got to read the fucking room. You keep wanting to use this copyrighted material from all these other sources. You got to figure out who's going to let you do that and not if you're going to do that. You know, you like to play all these videos and fucking treatments and shit. Not even going to get into it.
Right.
You know the deal, Sean. They've been doing it. They do it to me. They do it to you. They do it to everyone. Especially if you're like got certain people around, right? Who are not really looked highly
Right.
upon.
Whose voice alone might be fucking algorithmically through the AI and through the shits. We don't know how the shit how advanced it is, but I think we do at the same time.
Yeah, no, it all
extremely
links. It all makes a web that links all of it together.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help when I tag you in the description as well.
Right.
But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, no, it was a good flow, man, and appreciate it. The numbers always rise when you get here, but I just wanted to see if the numbers would rise for me coming here, and they did a little bit, so that's good to see. About 8 people, so it's good to know. And Snafu leaving, maybe that has something to do with it as well. I'm just kidding. I love you, brother. I don't know why that happened. But
Other
I don't have
thoughts?
any other thoughts? I got some good WEF clips if you get to some slave news at some point. But other than that, yeah, the hospital stuff, man, is it's on my mind lately because someone really close to me is going through it now. It's been weeks, and she's gone from ER to admission into the hospital to a rehab, a different location, and now back to the ER as of yesterday. And I want to be there and help, but my naturopathic viewpoint isn't necessarily welcomed, right? So I essentially am. I'm not going to say there's no benefits in the allopathic model. It's just when it comes to broken bones and stuff like that, yeah, But when it comes to medication that they want to call medicine, but is quite the contrary, in my opinion. The opposite, rather.
Okay, so like unlike other folks, I don't give a fuck about giving notices. It's all bullshit anyway. You guys have been with me long enough to know my rap and my deal, and you can like that or not. You can conform to it or not. I really don't care. So I'm done with you guys coming here and slipping in accidentally into conversation or into the thing who and what everyone else is doing. You can go fuck yourself. I know what you're doing. I don't like you. You talk shit everywhere else. You come here, you sit in here, and then you don't say nothing, and then you play those games. Now you don't come back. So you blocked and banned for good. Go fuck yourself. And I'm tired of you fucking slaves too who get blocked and banned and then come in here under alt and beg me to get unblocked. Because you always wind up doing the same shit that got you blocked in the first place. So I'm the idiot. Right? I just go at my first inclination and just leave it that way because you folks don't want to reconcile anyway. You just want to play fucking games and play with me and act like I don't know what you're doing and see through it. And like I'm not going to respond accordingly. So stay the fuck out of here and out of my face. Go promote your garbage everywhere else. Sick of you fucking using me and sucking off me and keeping me in a fucking reality with a bunch of loser failures. Stay away. You want to act like them and be like them? You want to play the games they play? Stay with them and hang with them. No, you folks can't do that because now you're stuck with a bunch of people like you and you don't like them, you don't respect them, and you don't value them. So you got to keep circling back over here. Suck my dick in public, please. Someone. I'm frisky today.
Or in private.
Instead of promoting, just get on your fucking knees and suck something. We don't need your fucking promotions for your horrible broadcasts everywhere else that go nowhere. Get a clue.
For a minute, I thought you were talking about pineal power because numbers were dropping. But go
No,
ahead.
I'm talking about another tard who I'm sick of hearing about and seeing about, and every time I go deal with, disrespects me and treats me like shit after they just said in my face 20 minutes earlier that they want to work with me and only me. Give me a fucking break, you abusive, narcissistic, double talking, hypocritical, infidel scum. You want to lose and fail and go nowhere? Keep it in your own fucking areas. Keep it away from me. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to live like you. And I don't want to be with you. Take that as an egoic, prideful statement, if you will. I don't give a fuck about that either.
Why is everyone grossed out by what I said a few minutes ago? I mean, Wobbly Boost, NJ Jeep Girl. I'm not allowed to say Australian MILF. I didn't say we did anything. I'm not, and even if we did, what's the issue here?
You got a bunch of fucking unreconciled, broken little children who were told not to touch their ding ding by Big Mama. So as soon as a fucking red-blooded man says he wants to fuck something, all of a sudden everybody gets, they're all shocked and appalled. They never heard that before. They don't know what that is. Oh, what is that? Right. Give me another fucking break, please. I don't know if my little heart can take it. Just give me a break, please. Give us all a break. Can we do 1 month of your just non-fake ass reactive bullshit where you just keep it all the way real? Because I'm tired of carrying the burden for all you people. For you in your life, pretending and complaining and acting shocked over shit that you all do all day, every day, right? Over what your private parts are doing. Private parts.
Daddy,
Girlfriend touched my private parts. This is like 50-year-old men.
Daddy, where's the victim advocate? I thought he was supposed to be here representing Unsavia.
Where is my victim advocate? We got a lot of fucking victims here today, as always. A lot of folks shocked, appalled with the you. They just don't know how this is all continuing, right? As they're all a part of it, doing all of it, paying for it, watching it. Give me a break.
Someone in Unsavia page our victim advocate, Mitch, please.
What now?
Then you find out the most shocked and appalled people are always the most dirty, wicked, deviant motherfuckers behind the scenes, right? They want you to choke them, spit in their face, tie them up and shit. And then they get on here, oh, I'm so shocked and appalled by what that caveman was talking about over there. What, fucking 2 women at once? Oh, man, that's shocking. That's crazy. That's wild. That's deviant. Then you find out they're like David Carradine behind the scene. They got their whole neck tied up in the closet with some beta male freak in a suit.
What would be his biggest role, David Carradine? Because I think of him, I'm thinking
there is no role for him. He sucks at acting. Why would you even? Do you notice I didn't bring him up for anything having to do with acting? The only reason I brought him up is because he killed himself masturbating.
Allegedly.
He's not even worth mentioning when it comes to acting. He's terrible.
That sounds kind of like a humiliation ritual, but
that's a fucked way to go.
Oh, here we go with this guy. Humiliation ritual.
How do you do that?
No, that's the thing. All you failures want to keep talking about that being the humiliation ritual. The humiliation ritual was him doing Gunsmoke or whatever the fuck it was for 20 years in the 80s. That was the humiliation ritual. That horrible sitcom, whatever that was, just like Chuck Norris, Texas Ranger. That's the humiliation ritual. Showing up every day and putting a cowboy hat on and doing sidekicks. Are you kidding?
Hey, Daddy, since your African American mods aren't here to do their job, Mr.
Well, that's the
Advocate,
thing about having African American mods. They're always late.
right?
I didn't
we
think
need
of
the
that.
link posted for the victim advocate, Mitch. Probably the link in the chat. I figured the African Americans would show up sooner or later, but they still haven't.
Yeah, they're always late. And when they show up smelling like liquor to do the modding. I can't have that. I'm a professional at this point. Fellas, please keep the drinking to a minimum the night before, or just take off the next day. Call out. I'm here for you. Black power.
Are they
Oh,
partying
see, he's
together?
been here. No, I'm not going to let you even do that. You just got me in trouble. He said he's been here. Sir, were you clocked in, Mr. M. Davis? M. Davis, were you clocked in? He was clocked in. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing the
he was
racism? I'm saying some of them come in late and some of them smell like liquor, but not all of them. You did that.
Okay, so I made a mistake. They weren't talking about me with the ew. They were saying
Stop the Asian hate as well down there. I see what you're all doing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all these people. I need a good month off. It doesn't matter how much they give me. It doesn't matter how much they love me. I got to do this for me like everything else. I might have to leave out of here for a month. Let the cyclers and spinners fail go away because there'll be nothing more to talk about because Daddy left. And then I just kind of come back under the cloak of darkness like Eon. And we just kind of move in a different direction, a different way. And then we just never go back to doing things the way we did before, letting any of these people into our reality, right? I just go like full Iron Curtain on everybody, you know? I'm like Stalin. I go to the mountains. I really contemplate. I come back. It's full Iron Curtain on everybody. You get no quarter with me.
That's
some
Might have to do takeover season. This might have to go from gorilla season to takeover season. I might have to really transition. No, not like Slow State is transitioning, buying heels and earrings and all the rest of it. Go ahead. See, I did it again. I summoned him.
Flavia Gates, your victim advocate, has reached your throne.
Right. Why does he always come in without the proper name tag too? Like I always have to do extra work around here. He knows. I asked him, please sport the proper name tag when we're here at Unslavious Industries. And he just fails to do that every time. You know, between the blacks coming in late with the liquor thing and this guy never wearing the name tag, I'm going out of my mind here. Snafu snaps.
Well,
Could you call HR? We're going to have a talk. We need to sit down.
Quite a docket today if he is going to be advocating victim wise for you, but I'll let him do a job here at Unslavia.
And I also asked him to wear the hairnet. This is the third time this week he's shown up, hair flowing, no hairnet. I can't have this here. This is a smooth running machine-like operation here at Unslavious Industries. And while we are here for you, the employee, it is important to observe the rules that are, of course, erected for safety purposes. Okay? I would be remiss in my job and my obligation as a leader and a manager here of you pathetic employee slaves if I didn't keep you safe from yourselves. Now, please, put on the name tag so we know who and what you are, and please wear the hairnet. There's a lot of machinery around here, moving parts. That's dangerous. Okay, we're good to go. Victim advocate, what do you got for us, sir? Anything to report? Do you have some advocating that you need to do, first and foremost?
Yeah, I do a little bit. That silly rabbit that's been coming around. Had an interesting interaction with him and his little network of buddies that.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd latch on to him. Once this is the thing. They're not aware there's a gimp creature in the recesses, right? In the folds. He's in the shadows. And when you come on here and you start talking all that shit and it sounded good, and then you throw, I got soap on the end of it. Oh, that's it. You just summoned him. He's latched on. You don't start selling soap or asking for gas money like that guy who punched the kids in the face for Flat Earth. He's on you now, bro. You're not going to shake him. Yeah, that soap business is done. He's never going to sell another bar of soap. We know that because he's either going to have to go off and sell soap somewhere else, probably on the ground, never on the metaverse again, or he's going to have to close that business because Mitchell's not going to.
I must have missed this interaction, Mitch, because yeah, share with us. That will be interesting.
Yeah,
he's talking about Rant, the Rant creature.
Yeah. I got that now.
With his dad, I got into it with his dad, and then also Bunny,
the cop, the ex-cop,
and all their little and all their fucking buddies that are just so fucking lost and acting like they're gonna save the world and they got the truth, and they're just, you could tell they're on a mission to be up and coming YouTube stars,
And that's
but
the thing, and they always
just ain't
find their
got
way
it.
here. They always find their way here to use and grift. And the thing about it is they should know better, because I hashtag own truth and this audience hashtag trusts me and me only, right? So if I own truth and it's hashtag trust me or us, what makes you think you have any position in that, right? And Mitchell had to really kind of show you that, you know, you're not coming around here selling soap, buddy. You've seen that before. What's
Yeah.
next? Welcome mats, loofahs. Because you know, you give a mouse a fucking bar of soap, he's gonna ask for a loofah. You know what I mean? So you let him in here, they start putting out a couple tables. They go, hey, we're just gonna vend in here in the back. I go, no, we're not doing vending in here. You know, we got soaps, loofahs, bathrobes, bath mats. I go, bro, this is not fucking Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm doing a thing here. I'm developing a rap, if nothing else. I appreciate you, Mitchell. You're always in search, just like the Warthog creature. You're always in search of the next fraud, grifter, fake truther to expose. I don't know what you guys are doing in your own life, but hey, that's not for me to say. On here, you're very valiant and virtuous and noble people. So I just want to acknowledge that.
Well, I appreciate that. I definitely owe some credit to you helping me.
So
You're not going to give me that $80 back that I gave back to you that you originally gave to me the other day, are you? I'm not getting that back. You totally accepted the payment and kept it. No.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, no.
But no.
Well, at least you're in better spirits today. Once I gave that back to you, you seem more reconciled, more balanced and centered.
Well, that carried some bad blood, I guess. That had some blood money attached to it. I better.
Do you believe now, finally, now that Daddy loves you?
Yeah. Now we
You
can.
do. Okay, that feels good.
I
You
just
always
had in
did,
my
come
mind
on.
that was just a bad
for a time.
transaction.
And that goes for anyone. I'm just going to say it right now. If anybody has been here from the beginning and they've contributed or gifted me in any way and they've gotten sour on that and they want back whatever they gave me, feel free. Like I don't feel good about keeping people's gifts and contributions knowing that they're harboring resentments toward me. I don't need it that bad. I'd rather broke on the street and have to hustle harder than keep dirty money with dirty energy on it. You know, so if you're not happy with my performance, if I didn't show up and give value, if I didn't do what the fuck I said I was going to do here and more, then please let me know so we can like put that out of the way. Maybe we can like tie up loose ends and move forward. I have no issues with that.
I've seen you do it multiple times, and that's why I didn't ask for the money, but you took the initiative, and it did make me quit bitching. So,
Hey, Mr. Mitch, advocate.
yeah.
I saw your optics, and I kind of agree with you. Let's just bring the elephant in the room. When after Paul got
Cynthia's
shit on,
not coming in here, okay? I already told you. I want none of them in here.
Hey, you know, it's funny though. Did you see OTW's reaction to Talcott after you got shit on?
No, I may have saw a little bit.
Mr. Advocate was on it in chat. He's like, hey, I kind of like OTW, but
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's the thing. OTW is at least real and seems to be honest and honorable. Whether you think he's a good broadcaster or not, it's a different discussion. It's more than I can say for the rest of these scum. They suck at broadcasting and they suck at being men and women. That motherfucker works. He has a job. He talks about his life. He's real and open and honest. He seems to want to do good and be good or do better. I don't see that from any of you trash. You thought I'm going to work with someone just because they're a good broadcaster and maybe could make us some money? No, you got me all wrong. That is you. That's you.
that's you.
I may just work with somebody because I think they're a good person and have redeemable qualities, even if they're like less talented, so to speak, when it comes to broadcasting. He has potential if he works it.
It was definitely an epic
does
interaction
suck at broadcasting, but I feel bad
last night.
giving him
I
shit.
think it was definitely interesting.
Listen,
Yeah.
man, you
I
get it
feel
on your
bad
own
giving him
time.
shit.
I've told him. I've shown him better than I could tell him, and I've told him, just work it, bro. And then I get it. When you work another job at a diner or whatever else, it just becomes kind of a hobby or a second thing. So you gotta like, if you're gonna do it, bro, you pick an hour. Then if that's all you got in you, you pick whatever you can get done that you got in you, and you leave it all on the field, and you make something out of it, right? You give the people something, whether it's information, entertainment, whatever the fuck you're feeling. You give it to them. If you're feeling it, they're gonna feel it too, at least a certain amount of them. But you got to really work it. You know, it's got to be something that you devote yourself to, that you care about, that you kind of, you know, work and raise like your own child in a way. You kind of have to have that sentiment toward it. And it can't be about the money, and it can't be about the numbers, because when the money and numbers ain't there, you ain't going to show up. It's what I keep telling these bitch ass slaves. If I can't be about the money, because I've been showing up way before the money and the numbers ever showed up. I was showing up for myself and others in the truth. Who are you kidding?
Yep.
And when I don't have that, I still show up. And that proves it ain't about that. So you got to find it within yourself and in this life. Do what you love to do. That you're good at. If you're not as good as you could be at it, get better and take it seriously and work it. It'll work for you. You know? And there's no shortage of content. There's no shortage of real life experiences you could talk about and build off of if you have a new understanding. See, if you're living life properly and you're constantly growing and updating, there should be no shortage of past and present events that you could speak on and build off of and create a narrative to show somebody an aspect of self that they could learn from or just appreciate and say, that was a good story. I found interest in that. I can relate to that. Anybody could do that if they're living life on some level properly and are having some levels of growth and change, because there's always stuff you've changed that you realized you shouldn't have changed at the time, that you realized later you should have, that you could talk about. And then you're going to help other people, because they're going to be where you were. They're going to be there now. And they're going to take what the fuck you got to say, and they're going to elevate with it. And you're going to be a source of value for them, and they're going to give you value. That's how this game works. And you can't fake it. And you can't lie to yourself or anyone else. And you can't show up and fucking half-ass it every day and mail it in. Just don't fucking show up if that's the case. Like I used to tell the guys I work with, you're making me do extra work and I don't like you. That's two bad things. I used to cut management off, and I would manage. I don't care, because I don't need the obligation and the higher pay, but I will take an obligatory role in the system and the process. And I tell them, bro, if you're going to come here smelling like liquor, first of all, I don't like the smell of liquor. I don't like you. That's three things now. And you're making me do extra work. Keep piling shit up. I'm going to tell you, just don't fucking show up here, or we're going to have it out every day. I don't even need management for that, because management is gone. They're not around. You're with me all day, every day. I'm going to make your fucking life hell if you do that with me. Or you're going to get right, and we're going to work together. We're going to make some money, have good conversation, and we're going to leave, and our time's going to fly. And we're going to feel good about how the day went. Get with the program or stay the fuck out of my face, because you're not going to keep me where the fuck you're at.
Right.
It's a detriment. It's a detraction and a distraction.
Paul, what are your boundaries that this Isabella in your chat is saying that she's respecting, and like,
I don't give a fuck about any of their boundaries. Their boundaries are theirs. The reason they got so many boundaries is because their core is so weak. When the more you're stronger your core is, the more you start to drop boundaries. Weak ass, bitch ass slave. Stop coming here where motherfuckers are strong at the core and projecting your weak ass core onto me, because you need boundaries. Who hurt you?
You should come up here, Isabella. Come talk to Daddy. He'll talk
Guys,
to
you
you.
guys are afraid of your own shadow in life, and it's all over you. Okay? You don't have to tell me, because it's red all over your face, your body language, and your energy. I read you energetically first.
And we got the victim
what I was
advocate
telling that
here to
group of
represent
grown
you,
men.
Isabella. This is perfect. The victim
Snafu,
advocate.
please
is here to
let
represent-
Mitchell speak, man. You do a lot of talking. That's good. I'm enjoying you today, but let him go as well, and get the damn
my bad.
headset so you can hear other people. That's your main problem, fuck slave. I keep telling you. I'm like trying to get you to the next level with the tiniest piece of improvement. If you just got an earpiece, you'd be able to hear other people. You'd get a cue, and you would be able to stifle yourself so that we could have some kind of order and form. That's the main critique and criticism you get from everyone. You're so off on your rap, and sometimes it's good. You miss the cues socially from everyone else on here. And I get it, bro. I'm like that normally anyway. So, you know, but whatever. I'm not trying to come down here. Go ahead, Mitchell.
No, it's cool. Go ahead, Mitch. My
Oh
bad.
yeah, I was just. No, you're good. Go ahead. You got something. Get it out. Spit it out.
Yeah, I was just
Optics are high, bro.
Opportunity. The victim advocate is here, and Isabella seems like she's victim, and Daddy will talk to her. So we got the representation and daddy here.
Right, there they go with the all caps. You broken bitches need what I have so bad and you won't accept it. So you keep coming here and not getting nothing out of the process. Why waste both of our time? Makes no sense. Why waste both of our time? I got what the fuck you need. I'm willing to give it. I tell it. I don't sell it. You won't take the good game and the understanding. So why you wasting both our time when I'm pimping proper instruction motivates people and you're a broken hoe? Who needs who for what exactly? There's always hoes coming and hoes going. You think you're special and unique? Ask the motherfuckers who've been here for a year and a half how many names have come and gone, faces have come and gone that we knew and felt comfortable with and we forgot all about. Such is the nature of life in the world. This shit keeps turning. This train keeps moving.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was getting into it with those grown men, and I would just be careful with that network I was talking about earlier, Bunny's dad and all of them. It's a pretty small network, but yeah, I would be careful letting them cozy up to you because they just were going on and on for hours about basically calling for violent attacks on government and stuff like that.
So this fucking clown Tarek got caught because they're circled this thing down there. He got caught because he's so stupid and not tech savvy that it says unslaved truth, and he renamed himself Isabella. So I told you it was a fake pic. It's obviously a fake picture. You named yourself Isabella, which is arguably a Middle Eastern spelling of it too. That's not Latino spelling with an I. So you just fucking revealed yourself to be another soft ass beta male, weak ass, confused motherfucker, just like you've been acting. I told you so. I know who and what you are, bro. Just go get the fucking earrings like Slow State. Put the damn dress on like the Hollywood would have you do if you ever got any kind of fame or money. They'd have your bitch asses all in dresses, running up and down the fucking aisle, telling everybody about how to save the earth movement or some shit like that.
The optics
You're
are
all the same, bro. You're all the same. You got a mama spirit in you that's been taking you down from day one. I feel so sorry for you motherfuckers. And I'm so glad in a way, as much as it tortured me for years, put me on heroin, that my mama didn't love me. She never got to put her spirit up in me. That's why I'm a man. And that's why you're not. Okay, so now that I've reconciled that I have a woman in me as well, a feminine side, if you will, an unconditionally loving, caring heart that is intuitive, that's the woman aspect of me, like all of us. I've reconciled. I didn't need my mama's love. I have mama's love in me from God. You got your mama's spirit. That's something different. I'm trying to help. It's incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible. And they want to sit here and still push their divine feminine bullshit on everyone. You broken hoes have destroyed this society. Don't you get it? You got everything you wanted. You took a man's ego and his nature to please your ego and monogamy. You made him get into contracts with the state for your bitch ass family. You got everything you wanted and needed, and you've destroyed everything, putting that mama spirit up in a man. And now we don't have any real strong men, and you bitches are already property of evil men. You're already running enslaved and you're being genocided. How do you feel? And no, this ain't a rap objectively on womankind. So let's not do that appeal either where you all group up. There's women and there's broken bitches and broken hoes. Get it right. And the same is to be said for the other side of the males of this species. You better get it together. You better go love that mama, forgive her, forgive that mama of yours, whatever the fuck you need to do, like Jesse Lee talks about. Because I don't know. I didn't have the experience, right? He apparently did. He could walk you through it. Go forgive your mama. She knew not what she did. Picking your beta bitch ass daddy, who was an inauthentic corporate male, and then trying to project onto you while he was out the house. He didn't know any better. So forgive her, move on, reconcile that mama spirit, and start the hero's journey and join the coming of age story, right? Like actually become a fucking man again. Or just go the other way. Put the damn glow in the dark earrings on, put the heels and the dress on, and be the beta bitch you really are. All the way. Go all the way. And suck this fucking dick in public too when you do it. right? And that's metaphorically, metaphysically. I don't want you cretins anywhere near me. You're not attractive people on any level, males and females. And I wouldn't put anything near you or up in you. And I wouldn't want you touching me spiritually, because I think you got dirty energy and dirty karma. So I really don't let you around me, and I don't want you touching me. So you can say too that I went to jail and fuck people and I was mounting people because I get on here and I fucking pimp and mac a little bit and talk that shit, make people laugh. You know damn well that ain't the case. So just keep spinning and cycling and bullshitting yourselves and everyone else. We're going to see by the end. We're going to see one way or the other what the fuck we did here and what we left here and what it all means. Shit, it might amount to nothing at the end of the day. It's all been here before. There's nothing new under the sun, right? We're all just playing a part. Your thoughts, expert panel? On Tarek now, just getting shown to be a woman, pretending to be a woman, trying to play games and game other people, wind up gaming himself because you folks think you're so clever in your ego and it's always your undoing, your mischief. You always get convicted and indicted. You always get shown to be who and what you really are. And you thought you were doing something. Man, every time with every one of them. And they have the nerve to get in front of me and question me about shit they don't understand. Try to hold me accountable to something that's a delusion that they're experiencing. Fascinating. Tell me more about how I should submit to a woman's will and all the rest of it. Become more of a beta bitch like the rest of you. Never actually do nothing and submit to slavery. Tell me more about how I need to become less toxic masculine and more appropriated toward the divine feminine. Are you kidding me? We're really going to sell all these raps and these narratives. You just do it to everyone. Try to blackball everybody who comes out living this life I'm living, talking like how I'm talking and getting to some result. You do it to everyone like that. Just like Andy Taint, whether he's an op or not, it's the same script. He's going to come out talking some real shit, right, wrong, or indifferent. He's being all the way real. He's going to show you something different than what you've been seeing, and you're going to fucking hate on him and put judgments on him and false claims without never knowing nothing because he's toxic masculine. Now you got your mama's bitch ass hoe spirit. And you want to take a man spirit in this realm for your own purposes and your own pleasures. Pathetic. Go ahead, expert panel.
My whole thing
Same
is,
old story here, day in and day out, right? Nothing changes.
yeah, my whole thing is like, what's wrong with suck my dick in private? Why has it always got to be in public?
No, it's in public, bro. I want you to do it where everyone can see it. I want them to get some fucking turn on from it too. Right?
Right.
You know, into that
Yeah, I'm real
voyeurism
freaky like that, bro.
That is you.
Like, you really get me activated. I get in that primal nature. I just fucking rip Slow State's earrings out. I fucking mount his face, and I really just let you see what a beta bitch looks like and what their role and position is. Just suck the alpha's dick all day, every day in public, if that's what's necessary. I don't really want that. Again, I don't find him to be an attractive being on any level. This is metaphorical, right? Metaphysical. You are beneath me. Know your position, bitch ass slave. There's inherent hierarchical power and value systems. It ain't about how big and strong you are. It's about what you do and the results you get. Because the community of chimpanzees is going to look to you. Hey, bro, what can you do for this? What can you give us in this situation? What can you explain to us? If you got it like that, you got it like that. If you don't get that status and position except with a bunch of beta bitches like you. See, the real ones don't recognize that shit. Just like when you go to court, they're going to say, we don't recognize you, bitch ass beta. You say, I'm a man. No, you ain't. We don't recognize you at this court. You're a bitch ass slave as far as we're concerned. We read it off you coming in here. You already submitted at the gate all your property and turned your pockets out. You're a bitch boy. They know them before you ever get there. Lying to themselves and each other all day, every day. And then when they go to talking truth, they reveal they're living a lie. It's fascinating.
They reveal their optics, period. Pedo Pogo is a real thing.
We don't want rights and freedom and principles. We don't want God. We don't want the law of the land. We're going to follow statute, policy, and code, and we're going to listen to whoever gives us a fucking $1 a month. You motherfuckers ain't shit. Call it what it is so we can all get better. Rise to the occasion. Actually have a communal family unit. Actually see the same vision and work together toward a united goal. Let's see some of it in you. At all? Anything? At least Slave Cot's got some of that rap going. He at least hits on some of it. Whether or not he really believes it or has that intention, very questionable at best. At worst, outright lie and political positioning. But whatever. I won't make the determination. I can't make the determination. I don't have enough information. All I have is my perspective at this point. That's enough for me usually. Because again, you can listen to what people say or you can watch what the fuck they do, right? Hoes want to hear it. Men want to see it. That's why a bunch of broken hoes get pimped on all day, every day on these internets and everywhere else. Because they're a bunch of broken hoes and they want to hear all that sweet talk. Oh, baby, I love you. Oh, baby, only you. Oh, yeah, baby, forever. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take you to the movies and dinner. And yeah, they want to hear all that shit, right? Makes them feel good. Men want to see it. Show me, motherfucker. Who are you? Who are you? What are you about? What are you going to do? Slow State, get the fuck out of here. You call it jealousy. You ain't got nothing and aren't anything that I would be jealous of. You're delusional, bro.
Dude,
you're a narcissist.
State,
You believe that you're so great and everybody's always talking about you so you can feel some ego boost. You can't even hang drywall. You're a loser failure at gray skin. That bitch is completely miserable and sick of you. I wouldn't want to be you for $1 billion fucking dollars, bro. I wouldn't want to look like you. I wouldn't want to have your career options. I wouldn't want to have your options of women. I wouldn't want to be you for $1 billion fucking dollars. And if you made me president, all the gold bullion in this realm, I wouldn't be you.
And we
So
saw you.
you're gone. You can stay in your fucking hole just like Snafu Creature, please. You're gone. Stay in your fucking hole. Don't come over here. If you go to who's restreaming me right now and you don't block them over there, I'm going to cut you off from restreaming me. I don't need your extra 100, 200, whatever viewers. Don't need it. Don't want them in my face today. Don't want them in my face for the foreseeable future. Because I'm such a loving, caring, patient, forgiving man, I'll probably go back to allowing them by tomorrow, the next day, or a week from now. Because I always do. Let's be real about it. So I ain't lying directly when I do that game either. My general state most of the time is loving, caring, patient, and forgiving because I know they know not what they do. If they knew better, they'd do better. And they aren't doing better. So I know they don't know better. But at a certain point, I go, I need a break. Daddy needs his own time. I'm locking the door. I got to masturbate, smoke cigars in here. I'm in my man cave. Stay the fuck out. Stay in your bitch ass hole with the bitches of the family and little children, right? Stay with them. This is man time. I need my own space, isolated from you all and your energy constantly and your projections and your needs from daddy. Because we all know at the end of the day, you don't even really love daddy anyway, completely. You love what daddy can do for you and what he provides. Let's just keep it all the way real. That's how a man gets love in this life. It's not the same kind of love a bitch gets for just being who and what she is and how she looks. No, you got to do and be to get in this life. And at best, they may respect you for what you do and what you can be for them and with them and provide. But don't kid yourself that even these people under you and around you really, truly love you, right? Because if you change that, they change the sentiment. And as well, they should maybe, right? So again, it's true love for a reason. There's unconditional love we practice for ourselves, and then there's true love with others. And that's based on who and what you are, what you do, and what you get. Because as soon as you change that, a motherfucker don't want to know you, nor should they. Because you're a fucking waste.
And let's just be real about shit, Host State. You got your Claire's earrings in from Claire's and shit, but you think it's funny.
Hot topic.
Children. You think it's a joke touching children. You know what? A real man is gonna fucking one day meet you, Host State, and they don't think touching children is a joke. You fuck.
Yeah, and he thinks that we believe also, and I'm gonna just pass this right by. I don't want to talk about these motherfuckers. They're not worth my time or energy. But again, they think that we believe that they're fighters coming up. I don't believe you, bro. And I've never said none of that in my life. And you always say I'm lying, but I tell people shit I don't have to on the internet. I always told you I got hit and did nothing back before. I told you I prefer peace and love before I prefer fighting. I don't like fighting, even if I think I can win. I don't enjoy it. You guys to get online and tell I was a fighter. I fought all the time growing up. I used to love it. No, you didn't. You were scared as a bitch. And if you did fight, it was to act out because you were scared something was going to happen to you. I don't believe you. No one believes you. Ken was down there. I might believe him a little bit, and he says he don't believe you. Isn't it interesting how the people, when they come here who I do believe, say they don't believe you along with me? And I never even claimed to be a fighter like that. I have only been in a handful of situations, most of them when I was pretty young, right? My mouth has been my best weapon from there on out because I usually talk my way out of things or I never disrespect anyone to get myself in those positions. Right. And I'm pretty large man and pretty powerful the way I carry myself. So most people just stay the fuck out of my way. It's usually only the beta bitches and cowards who like to pipe up with me when they think that I ain't going to do nothing back or they think there's insulation. And they like to tell a bunch of stories about who and what they are, legends in their own mind. You weren't a fighter growing up. You didn't love fighting. Nobody I've ever met who has light blue glow in the dark earrings grew up fighting and loved fighting. Cut it out. Nobody who sits there with a shake weight and does a 2-minute workout loved fighting growing up. Cut it out. We don't believe you, bro. You need a whole lot more people. We don't believe you.
But let's not forget the optics. He was very adamant about your email, very adamant about Facebook, and plus the Proud Boy optics and Fed, and then the pedo optics, of course. So Flow State, your online digital experience profile. Let's just say the truth, the crew has a feeling.
Bro,
allegedly,
who's believing any of these people could fuck or fight? They show up to do a broadcast, gray-skinned, half dead, can't even fucking put inflection in their voice. We don't believe you can fuck, and we don't believe you can fight. Because of who you are and how you show up, it's all over you. It's a joke what you all lie about and try to project. And that woman next to you looks fucking miserable, ready to die. I know you don't fuck good. That's why when you see Jennifer, she's 52. She looks fucking lit up on fire with light in her eyes. And she's smiling from ear to ear. Because she's getting that good. Right? See, you all keep telling my story. Shut up, warthog creature, till I'm done, please. Why every day? Why every day? I know I talk a lot in monologue. That's what I do. If you don't like it, please don't be here. You brought it up and you make me talk. You don't make me do nothing. My victim advocate will spring into action. You bring this shit up and I choose to talk about it because you want to keep it in my face when I just told you from the beginning, I don't give a fuck about these motherfuckers. I want them out of my experience. They're boring to me. They're a distraction and a detraction. They're constantly trying to hate on me when they're not trying to use me. I don't want to keep focusing on them when they're not here and not around. Then you just called them in down there because you had to start talking about them. And of course, when you bring it up, I'm going to comment on it because it's ongoing and they know that. They keep talking about me, hoping you'll bring it up so I'll talk about it so they can keep it ongoing. When do we break the loop, Snafu Creature? That's the question. They're going to cycle, spin, lose, and fail, and touch children. I'm going to be the god of all media. We can talk about them a little bit here and there as a meme or in passing. There's no point in continuing to focus on them or interact with them beyond a limited capacity. You saw yesterday, right? After weeks, I finally went over to Slave Cots 2 days in a row, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I told him when he came, because he came over here, right? Like the narcissists do. They can't stay away from me. When you do no contact on them, they always come back around. And they say, hey, we want to work with you. Or, hey, let's just talk. Or, no, that's not true. Let's reconcile. And they get you back in the loop again. Because they can't live with you and they can't live without you. See, I can live with all of them. I can live without all of them. They won't give me the option to do either. So you got to cut them off and go no contact and not focus on them, or you'll become like them. Snafu snaps. Do you see how that works?
No, you know what? Usually, I'm pretty
You're going to tell me, you know what, and I'm right, and you're going to go back to doing the same shit you always do. I hope not.
Let's move on. Fuck these. They exposed themselves last night, like you said.
Right. They're going to keep exposing themselves, and they're going to keep talking about me till it gets to the point where I don't answer back anymore. Then they're going to find someone else to talk about, to stay in the loop with, stay relevant, and gossip about. If you want to be the centric point of that, you do it. Hey, everybody, look at this guy, Snafu Snaps. He's a crazy wild one, huh? He really wants you to talk about him. Go ahead. Right? After a certain point, it's like enough is enough, bro. Just stop the hating and envy and stop the projection that I'm jealous. That is you. You don't have anything and don't do anything that I want to do or have. I'm not lying about any of that. I really believe that. Can you hear it in my voice that I really believe what I'm saying?
That's just deflection and just bullshit. He knows he's fucking under the scope on a lot of bullshit. But we could go to breaking news. Like I said, I put that footage of the tractors blocking off the highway.
Thank God, Snafu Snaps. You always have to like to get me fired up and exercised and focusing on these people who are just inconsequential. They're just inconsequential. They're mere bumps in the road. They're like, it's like a shit stain on a pair of underwear. You know, if you got enough pairs of underwear, you don't sit around talking about the one shit stain on the one pair with holes in it.
Are we talking about
fucking get over it and move on?
Are we talking about whitey tighties or boxers?
Yeah, whatever the fuck Talcott was wearing when they found skid marks in his drawers in high school and then gave him a nickname.
Okay. I'll have to ask him. Let me call him.
Jack stain. Yeah. Another Jack stain. That's all they are.
Yeah, people need to get.
You're just a jizz stain on the underpants of society, and there's enough pairs to just throw that one out. Don't need it. It's full of holes. It's jizz stained up. It's not necessary. Just toss it.
But he got it at the
Let it
thrift
be
store.
what it is. Maybe go wash your car with it or something. I don't know.
Why would you do
Let's
that? When
move
you
on.
could donate it to the thrift
Oh
store?
my God. You get out. Get out. Won't fucking shut up and move on. And it's every day with the same people and the same conversation and the same loop with the same nonsense nothingness that leads to nowhere but $1 a month for slow state. If he's happy with that, God bless him. Let him fucking lose and fail, or that's his high level of success. Let him have it. What do I even care? This is like I got a bunch of loser failures online watching other loser failures living through me. My life's better than ever. I got a piece of land. We're growing something. I'm debt free. I got 2 women in my life. It's better than ever. And I got to come online and have a bunch of loser failures focus me on people I wouldn't even want to look at or be like, and keep talking about them while they talk about me. Let me out already, please. Can you let me out? Like in a car, we're riding down the. Could you let me out at the next stop, please? Do you want to take over the broadcast? Do you want to talk about these people every day? Or can we start to break the loop? Let's set an intention here today. We're going to break the loop. We're attempting to break or alter the loop. Little to no, at least for the next few days or week. How about that, Snafu? I know it's going to be hard to do all together. You know, let's set an intention for the next few days or week. Little to no attention to these people. Little to no interaction with them. For what? It never changes. It's always the same shit. And in a way, they're accomplishing their goal more than I am. Because they're getting me to talk about them and focus on them, and they never would get talked about or focused on anywhere else in life. These are unaccomplished, boring people. So they're like, they love it. Someone's looking at me. Someone's talking about me. I'm actually getting a couple dollars a month for this. Wow, I've made it, right? These are very unpopular people in life and growing up and in school. Very untalented. Never were asked to be part of the sports teams. Never really had any good conversation. Was never really looked to as attractive people. So they've made it when they come to the internet. They're home. And we got a head truther like Paulie Boy who had 30,000 subscribers talking about us. We've really hit the big time. This is how they think subconsciously, whether they're conscious of it or not. So, yeah, man, just leave them.
No, I agree. We should get to breaking news.
You could do better and be better, Snafu Snaps. You got a lot of potential and talent like a lot of other people here do. You just fucking constantly misdirect it and misuse it.
No,
I mean, I've never heard anybody come up with something like sitting on a bench before. Sir, please, I'm complimenting you. I mean, the sitting on a bench thing is almost unmatched. Like on this metaverse, I've never heard anything like that provokes so much emotion and really just encapsulates the pain and the beauty of life all in one moment. Right? And that's just one thing you did, sitting on a bench, right? There's so much more to you. There's so much more you can bring and give to these people here into this life. Why focus on people with so little who are desperate for anything anyone else has?
To be fair, he's got a bunch more music up on, if I'm not right, Snaps, on that site. And
Come on, Penal Power. I was lying to him, bro. You see, this is why we can't get anywhere. You think I really okay? See, now I gotta like explain to him. He thinks I want to hear more of his music.
Listen,
No,
Paul, that's
the sitting on a
not
bench thing became a fucking. Yeah, I don't want to hear any more of it. I've heard enough. I was trying to raise his spirits, right? I was trying to use the music thing, which was kind of funny and interesting. Trying to use that to raise his spirits for what he's really meant to do here, which is truthing, and exposing and discerning, you know, and then just practicing faith and surrender, right? Snafu Snaps is a loving man. That's obvious. You know, I don't care what he puts on or how he presents. He's obviously a loving, caring man. He wouldn't do what the fuck he did for absolutely no viewers on his platform if he didn't love and care. Could you imagine showing up every day and having 0 viewers on a live broadcast and still doing it for the women and children? Right. You folks don't do that. You suck an audience of 60 and 80 people and you bore them to death. Give him absolutely no conversation or material. He's at least clipping videos together using an Android phone. He's working on something. Fucking slow states like the queen of showing up every day and going, I was going to talk about something, but I didn't prepare. We know, slow state, your whole life is an example of someone who didn't prepare and is unprepared and unresolved. You don't have to tell us. We can see it. Let's move on, Snafu Snaps. I think you've said enough on these topics.
I agree.
Okay. Now what do we got? They can say this. I never played your black man. You got a black man. Remember the black man? Black man. Black veteran.
So just
Never
Yeah,
played.
Black Veteran. And then the
Not at all.
Snafu, please.
They destroyed the battery. They put metal in the fuel system. I saw that when I was cleaning the fuel filter.
West is a military veteran who travels across the country to areas in crisis, bringing a machine he designed, like this one, that literally makes fresh water out of thin air. He put the green machine out for people along Saginaw Street on Thursday and was hoping to make a big impact. He says before the vandalism, they were giving hundreds of people free water every day.
You got to look at, I'm making anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 gallons of water a day. You give it away for free. That's a lot of money out of somebody's pocket someplace.
West says that he can only speculate as to why someone would try to destroy something that was just trying to help the community.
Right. I mean,
West
yeah.
says he hopes to have the
I
green
love
machine.
that. We're gonna do that again. See what I mean? Exactly. Wes can't understand. I gotta get on. Wes can't understand why somebody would be harmed who was just trying to help other people. I can. Hello? Could you call in the back of the guy in the back of class with the criminal mind? Yeah, that's me. That's what they told me. Paulie's got a criminal mind. Great. Now I can see what all the other criminal-minded scum are doing and report it to everyone else who wants to make a choice. Perfect. God gave me a criminal mind so I could expose the rest of you scum. Great. I love it. So she, Debbie, and the black veteran can't quite figure out why evil criminal people would do bad things to good people just trying to help. No idea. I have no idea either. Mitchell, any idea? Does that even exist? Is that possible? What? Someone just trying to do good or great things in this life and people hating on them and wanting to do bad things to them? What? That doesn't exist. I can't imagine that would exist. Let's get back to it. You look confused as well.
Being back open and working again soon with some anti-vandalism features added as well.
It actually sits in the air. I sit it on the ground because the ground was a little bit unstable for it to sit on the legs, but now I've got all support for the legs. All 21,000 pounds of it'll sit up in the air and make it harder for people to get to the.
I bet Klaus
do
knows why
devious
some
things to the
people might
machine.
do that.
So as you heard, what happened to that machine?
Klaus knows everything.
was
I bet
not
Billy Gates would
just
know why
everyday
some people
criminal
do that
coming
because
around.
he knows everything as well. So I'd go right to them and say, Daddy, Billy, and Klaus, you guys seem to know everything. And when the next diseases are coming, because you're really like studious people, could you figure out why evil people would do evil and bad shit to people just trying to do good or great things in this life? Sure, they'd have some answers for you. This is really what I'm living in. It's what I'm living through. It's really real, like the slave cot says. This is real, man. Real as it's going to get, at least. Go ahead, Snafu. You're easily confused. I expected that.
why did they use a black veteran? Why couldn't it be like a Mexican or an Asian veteran or something like that?
We got to get it. You know what? We need a puppet aspect to this broadcast. I might have to remember when Drew came in and or whoever it was pretended to be Bubs. Yeah, we need a puppet component to this broadcast. And then I can use it to do voices and stuff.
Hey, you remember that show, Press Your Luck? The no whammies.
It's me,
and shit?
slow stool. Gobble, 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 gobble. What? What's that?
You don't remember that shit?
What? What's that? Oh, I'm high. Sorry, man. I'm high. What? I got to get it better. I got to get something that you can't see me working it.
You got to full screen it.
You got to full screen it. How's that going to help? I need something where you can't see me working it. And you can just hear Joe Cool.
Hey,
Gobble,
switch
gobble,
places
gobble,
with me,
gobble.
Paul, so you can see the rest of the.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Wait, can we get a side by side profile of that ape and you? Like put it next to your
That was
face.
dope. That was dope. Very good.
Hey, swap me with you, Paul, or with Snaps, so you can see bro state. I mean, Fed state. You know what I mean. You know the thing.
Yeah, that's a perfect line of poor, broke, borderline homeless miscreants who just line up in their weak, disempowered ways, just begging for handouts. Please give us something. Look at them all, as if it isn't a perfect imagery. You know, they want to down the refugees, the migrants. Are you kidding? These people walk like hundreds of miles just to get to something new. These people barely leave the house. This is more appropriate. These are all the migrants and refugees. Look at them. Pathetic, gray skin, dark circle eyed, living in hovels, hating, bitter, resentful. Line them right the fuck up. Give them their handouts so they can continue to just subsist, doing nothing and being nothing. It's a fucking human waste. How are you, Barlow creature? Quiet. My TB creature is here.
Well, what's up, man?
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
Man, you sound like shit.
No, you know, actually
Hey,
wasn't
bro,
one.
you should start a broadcast. You got a voice for broadcasting all of a sudden. You sound a lot like Ian in Slow State. I think you just start one right now. Go ahead, try it out, man. Try it out. Like, do the intro or something.
Welcome to Toilable Earth.
No. You're putting way too much inflection in your voice. You're trying to actually make it into something. I need you to be lukewarm, mundane, mediocre, and really mail it in. Like, don't even give a fuck about yourself, your life, the broadcast, or really anyone watching. That's the energy I want from you. All right, take it from the top. Try again.
All right. Hey, what's going on? What do we got going on today? There's some.
And then say I was going to prepare something, but I didn't.
I had something planned, but I don't know what that was. So whatever.
Fuck, man, that's perfect, dude.
All
Dude,
right.
you're going places in this business. You got it. Like, dude, he's a natural, huh? You just hear that? He fucking nailed it first go. Now that'll keep them there for about 6 to 8 hours, right? You just do that, and then you bring in 8 other people who do that, and then you just talk about me, right? So you do that bit, whatever that was, and then you do the Paulie's a piece of shit, low life, liar, deviant, pretty much everything you are, and then you just say it about me, and that'll do it, man. You got it.
All right. Well, thank you.
And then talk
now
about
I know what to do.
Well, I'm here to help. You know, we're breaking stars here. This is like that show, you know, Star Search. You know, this is America's next top broadcaster.
I forgot about that show. Yeah, Star Search. That's old school. Yeah, with Ed McMahon.
Yeah, and then there's America's Next Top Broadcaster, right? Where you come in, if you can hit that the way you just did, then I put you through. Like I hold up my thing immediately. I go, yep, this guy's, you know,
May need a few more lessons, some tutorials.
I think you got it. I actually saw more from you just right there in that few moments than I saw from all of them last few days. So I think you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, I think if you read the script and you do it, you're gonna fuck it up. You did just fine.
All right, let's get back to breaking slave news. The TB creature, good to see him. He's convalescing as we speak.
Hey, I'll be right back, Paul. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. Fulton County Jail smuggling operation busted. Snafu snaps. They got you with the hash and all the rest of it in there. You're not getting it in.
Fox 5. 6 people are behind bars tonight, including a Fulton County detention officer, after the Fulton County Sheriff disrupted a major contraband network.
The evidence seized includes drones, stolen weapons, marijuana, and $5,900 in cash. Let's go now to Fox 5's Angelique Proctor, who joins us now from the.
Oh, Angeline's down there. Hello, Angeline.
Angelique.
Good evening to you both. Now, in addition to this detention officer who was arrested at her home this morning, the sheriff says 4 of the people arrested were vendors. Vendors are contractors who do different things for the jail. In this case, they were bringing food in for the inmates, but the sheriff says they brought in a whole lot more than food.
The most important thing is that we've disrupted this network.
Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt says this major contraband operation began crumbling when one of his employees noticed Newport cigarettes hidden under the sandwiches in this food
All right,
chain
really?
on
We're going to do
December
this now?
22nd. The sheriff launched a major investigation that led to 6 people
They
being
found
charged
Newports
in
and
what
grape
he
soda
calls
at the
a
scene, and we knew that this was
clandestine
urban youth
operation
involved.
that had
Urban
inside
youth.
ties.
It's one thing to find contraband that is fashioned from the building itself. It's another thing to find contraband that has been brought into the facility or gotten into the facility in some shape, form, or fashion.
The sheriff says the investigation started
imagine
with the arrest of Summit food vendor Tiffany
risking the
Anderson
rest of your time to
and
get fucking
Supervisor
shitty
Richard
Newports?
Smith on
And it's something
January
Slow
4th.
State would do.
Then
See, I
Anderson's
can't
sister,
avoid
who
it. He
worked as a
comes up
Summit food
everywhere.
vendor,
Everywhere I look, I
assisted
think of him.
director
I was
Sequoia
thinking the same
Anderson
thing. I think he's a Pall Mall guy,
was
though. But
arrested
yeah.
on January 5th. On January 9th, the
Well,
internal
it depends on how much time they're doing already, too. If they're doing a lot of time, they don't give a fuck, you know. They're going to come up.
coffin came Friday morning. when
Look at that
SWAT
building
officers
shape. What the
stormed
fuck?
house
It was
of
2
one of their
stars.
own. Fulton County Detention Officer Tiffany Davis, who the sheriff said had drugs, almost
2 pentagrams.
$5,000 in cash, a drone, and weapons inside her home. Deputies found former
Man.
inmate Valen Preston.
Fucking drone.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll never try to bring a drone in again into prison. I tried putting a drone in my ass, and it was a hell of a time getting it out. So something I'll never do again.
Did you have to unassemble it before you stuck it up there in pieces?
No, I just like Slow State. See, again, I thought of him again. I can't get past him because everywhere I look and talk, I think of him. Like the other day, he said he put something in his ass on panel. Right? So I don't put stuff in my ass on panel. I just did it to get a drone into jail, bro. That's natural. That's normal. This is the only way to do shit. If you go to jail, everyone knows that. So you're not gay if you put a drone in your ass. He just put something in his ass on panel for pleasure the other day. I didn't do that. So this is the thing, man. It's about context. Oftentimes leftists and worldly people don't understand context. They go, oh, you're gay. We just saw you pull a drone out of your ass. I go, bro, no, I have a drone in prison and you don't. And there was only one way to get it in here. Right? You can call me gay and I'm going to say you don't have a drone. I'm the gay guy with the drone who you're going to have to ask to use the drone. So you better watch your lip there, pal. Right? So yeah, like when Wes Watson said he showed up on the yard with like paperwork up his ass. He's like, I carry my paperwork hooped in my ass and I pull it right out. You want to see my paperwork? It's in my ass at all times. He actually said that. And then they tried to call him gay. I mean, it kind of is gay to have your paperwork in your ass all the time, but whatever. He has a reason for it. He's not getting cut on the yard and slashed and called a rat because his paper's in his ass all the time. And it's tiny, he says. Says he rolls it up and gets it real tiny. Like the bigger the thing is, okay, I'm not doing a good job of explaining the drone thing because it's quite large. I was going to say the bigger the thing is in your ass, the gayer it is. But even that's not true, Mitchell, right? Right? That's not true. Let's move on. I don't even know how I got on this. Snafu, you did that. He brought that type of shit up. He always does. Prison, things in people's asses. It's crazy what this guy does here. You're really a fucking agent of chaos, Snafu Snaps. I don't even know why I let you in here.
I don't
You're
know.
always like, you're always being rude, crude, and lewd. You're always saying shit that is cringy and awkward, and
the optics
evil.
are high.
Yeah, that's why you're not allowed on Slave Cots or anywhere else, because it's true what they say. You're really chaotic. Remarkable situation. Snaps, please. It didn't require an answer. Remarkable situation as Texas troops seize the border. Okay, and I'm going to have you comment on this after, because I know you love talking migrants. You'll talk migrants, all day, every day. Like that show on ESPN, Talking Sports. It's talking migrants with Snafu Snaps.
We have Old Dirty Bastards consigliere, Latino consigliere in the chat there.
Sir, please don't bring Tommy into this. Right? He's been away for a while. It's not right that you call him an old dirty bastard. He's only about 45.
Oh, I
still
thought
got some youth left in him.
Talking about
And then there's old gray bastard, his cousin.
Gray skin, dark circle.
Yeah, because he took the name first. He was gonna use that gray skin bastard, but he took that. He had to do you get it. They get it. These people get it. Remarkable situation. Texas troops are seizing the border because migrants and other stuff. I mean, some folks might say they're just like trying to keep other people in, preparing for something, but who knows? I'm sure nothing bad's going to happen ever in life, really. Like never really has in the past, as we know. So Let's hear about that.
State of Texas, it's going on offense yet again.
Break
The
it.
Texas National
Top story
Guard
tonight.
seizing control of a park that's been at the center of this migrant crisis. It's called Shelby Park. It sits along the
Man, I'm sick and tired of that
Grand
bullshit
River.
too.
It served as a landing point for illegals crossing into the U.S. for more than 2 years. This means not even the feds can patrol there. Matt Finn live in Eagle Pass to tell us how it's going. And I guess this is this day one or day two, Matt? Good morning.
Essentially, day two, this all started developing yesterday, Bill, and it's a rather remarkable situation. Behind me right now is Shelby Park, the park that you were referring to.
Nothing
Our
to
viewers
see
may
here. The
recognize
feds
that
just
our cameras
seizing
have been
parks
here
and shit,
for about
putting up
2 years
military
now,
bases. You're
showing
good.
you the mass illegal immigration that happens right here in this park. You might
You're probably
recall even
looking
just
for
a few
people like
weeks
me
ago
who
that
were
was
traveling
that
without a
huge
license, so
surge
you're
of
probably good.
migrants who crossed right here. Well, now under Governor Abbott's emergency declaration, the Texas National Guard has seized control of this park and some surrounding land along the river, put up fencing and razor wire, and kicked out federal Border Patrol agents, arguing that it's the Biden administration that has perpetuated illegal crossings. So Texas is going to
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. And we started a movement, right? Import all the migrants. This guy down there, he's Latino, and for some reason he's like, deport them. Where he just, yeah, there it is. Deport those immigrants. No, sir, absolutely not. I'm saying import them. These Americans are worse than ever. They've given all their rights and freedoms away. They're lazier than ever. You've seen these panels. We need to export these Americans and import more migrants.
Hey,
they're going to work for cheaper rates. They're going to have some ethic with them. They might even be able to use some logic still from the old world and some common sense. What the hell is your problem? Export these pathetic, embarrassing failure state Americans and import some more fresh crop of migrants that we can do something with here. Go ahead, sir.
This story is actually huge on the optics. Like
It's
more
huge. Huge story.
No,
huge.
I want to try it like Trump says. Huge.
Why does he do this when he says huge too? Like it's like a penile reference. He goes huge.
Huge. But let me remind the people what the optics kind of are with this. Think about
And then they have to go, Mr. President, this isn't exactly huge, all right? You're
well,
not.
no, this is serious. This is actually serious though, because I think people are not looking at this and looking at how big this is. Okay, we have the World Health Organization and all this other shit, and the United Nations talk about militarizing, so to speak, for mainland. We have all these foreigners being able to be getting police academies and getting go right. We know that if martial law were to occur, that the United Nations would come down. This is huge because our agency, this is a breakdown of our system. They literally, the states are saying, no, we don't agree with this shit. So they have gone in there and used National Guard, so to speak, and said, kick all you feds out. So this is agencies on agencies, the breakdown of them already pitting against each other, so to speak. This is huge for the fact of that's what we're going to witness. We're going to witness the breakdown of our enforcement agencies to be ushered into what the new implementation, and this state is the first one to witness.
I think we just witnessed a breakdown in your speech pattern. Did you hear that? Did anyone else hear that?
I'm wording as good as I
It's
can, but
it's like the floor fell out under you.
The National Guard said the feds can't be
Do
here
your
anymore. That's huge.
sentences fully before you swallow, and then say the next ones, please.
I'm just saying it's
Like doing
agency
a
on
TML
agency.
broadcast here between the I start rocking like Gen X Jack. I go, holy shit, where the fuck am I?
You look like that Aaron guy that rocks back and forth, and Ian when he left Jack.
Where's my song?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say to you. I need that one. I got to get that on the. Someone clip that, please. They did it last time. What did my life be like? He didn't do it the way I expected it. I should have laid out more detail.
That's
But
a
could you give me
sting,
that
I think,
one?
right?
I need
That's
that
the
one with
police.
Snafu Snaps as the Pineal Police. I'm directing my people. I have people now, and you're not one of them. Right? I'm trying to give Talflix and Gorilla Gems an assignment, and you're just talking over it, man. Where were you yesterday on Slave Cots panel when I was being beat, gang raped, thrown out into the gutter, pissed and shit on, and you sat there like this and waited for 2 hours and then went, hi guys, I did a broadcast. Does anyone want to watch it? And they went, no, shut the fuck up, get out. I'm the piece of shit though, right? because I just tell you to your face whatever it is in order to get you to the next level. They bullshit you, keep you around. You say nothing about me getting beat and gang raped because who gives a fuck about Paulie Boy or the truth, right? Then you go to present some and they just shit on you and throw you out. So who's the idiot? Like, who looks weak and stupid at this point? All right. Am I culting, or is this just how you're all received and they're going to play on all of you in whatever way they can use you or not?
Well, no,
So
that's
now
like
I'm going to have to restream you. This is why I went over there last night, right? Because then you'll catch feelings. Oh, well, they didn't fucking listen to me. And let me tell about my monograph story and program, whatever the fuck it was. I don't even remember. You said something. I just did I did a back room. I wanted to vomit. You went up there and said, I just did a backroom interview with Jack Talcott. Like, anybody wants that. Who wants that? Who did you think was looking for that?
It was more so for the I didn't tell him at first, so I was hoping I would. Well, let me not.
God damn it,
indict
John.
myself here, but I was hoping I'd get something that.
God
maybe,
damn it, Paul.
Right, maybe another skid mark moment, maybe or something, but.
And nobody wants that, bro. You should have just went up there, stayed in the moment, spoke the damn truth, what we all witnessed, and then kept it pushing like Christos. You saw how proud Daddy was of Christos? You saw that?
See, that's the thing. I was making statements throughout the stream.
You don't
but I was
want that.
fucking
You don't
muted.
want Daddy to be proud of you and the rest of Unslaved to be proud of you. No, you want to sit there and shill your fucking shitty broadcast about Talcott in the back room. Great. Because we need like more content to vomit to, right? We need more bulimic content for all the bulimic women out there who want to vomit this morning up their breakfast so they can stay in shape for beach season. Some back room behind the scenes, raw uncut footage of Slave Cot bullshitting everyone from when no one's watching. I've never seen anyone. He'll bullshit in the backstage with no one watching and then give you a wink. Right? And I'm like, Talcott, it's just me and you back here. You can cut the shit.
Hey, we do
Still
have
thinks he's doing a show back there.
We do have the victim advocate Mitchell here. We could call the Talcott hotline and request a life coach, emergency life coach needed.
Yeah, no, I want nothing to do with him. I've got no contact again, at least for a few days, if not a few weeks. They don't deserve my time, energy, attention, and they're using me, quite frankly. So
I do have some advocacy responsibilities to handle. I want to give OTW shit for being such a shitty broadcaster, but Christos has been laying it on him pretty hard as his producer, and it's been making me proud.
Christos has come out of his shell more recently from hanging out with Daddy, palling around, and he's starting to get it. He's like, bro, I don't care what you think about me, what you feel about me. I'm going to speak the truth, and I'm going to laugh at you as I walk out. And you can say I don't know where I am right now, and I'm a little bitch boy. Like I told you, bro, he wouldn't talk that shit in Christos's face. Because, I have no reason to believe if you got Christos mad enough that he wouldn't put it on Jack Talcott. He'd beat his fucking ass. Jack Talcott's another one, 65 years old, ready to die. He's whooping everybody, right? Yeah, you just all keep telling yourself that. You get these most loving and caring men in a certain position they can't get out of, they're going to fucking put it on you. And then you're going to have to go around and say the guy in the rainbow snuggie just whooped on me. And that's going to be an even worse conversation after the fact.
Yeah, but you know how I get when I slip into my dark side. I talk some of the most shit that's unfounded. So I've talked a bunch of shit to Christos, and he just brushes it off like it's nothing. Because it's, if it's not true, it's not true. He just is
whatever.
himself. It's fucking. It's
either summon the part of you that is going to do a bit non-bit with it, right? Or just move into it, or just go, well, if this ain't true and ain't real, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
We've never left the middle school playground, I guess, in our inner development, a lot of these folks.
And that's the thing, you've helped me mold my method, so to speak, because you come at me with some shit that I, feel is untrue, but there's reason behind it. You got to kind of hit those psychological points that need to be picked at, and to strengthen, and sometimes that's just how you got to get at it. And
again, the way that I illustrate that approach is I ask a question to reveal the answer to a question. I'll say to folks, how many people do you think in life, if you walked up to them, would even be aware of all aspects of self, let alone tell you? So how are you going to get the truth up out of them? unless you figure out a mechanism for that. So if you're about the truth and you want to know what's up inside of somebody, you got to press some buttons to see what comes out. You got to squeeze them to see what's inside, right?
Yep.
So it's a bit of a tactic. It's a bit of and listen, it's more of a reading. You read somebody, you know they're holding something they ain't going to be real with, so you squeeze them and bring it up out of them. And then you show it to the world because you know it's in you as well. There's no division there. There's no bullying on you. If I'm doing criticism or critique on an aspect of you, it's because I recognize it in me. That's the only way somebody could be read, is if I read myself and see those different aspects, and then I see where it expresses within you. So I'm just picking at shit and pushing on buttons to let you come up out of what's already going on in there. Now we can look at the subconscious and make it conscious. Because oftentimes you got to get somebody a little bit fired up or riled up so they can reveal whatever they've been holding on to. Once they revealed it, you got to confess that was already in you, like the Zach Hubbard thing, right? He was sitting there the whole time trying to act like he wanted to be friends with me the whole time. He thought I was a redneck, weed smoking. I read the Kabbalion, think I'm smart. See, he approached me with the nice, kind, polite work with me shit. He couldn't even contain that other hater side of him. I even said, I could feel it coming out of you, bro. You couldn't even contain it with what you were saying. Soon as I pressed his buttons and got the real harsh truth out there and projected just a little bit, he showed me what the fuck was there the whole time that he never would have showed me if I worked with him and showed up there with him. So that's why I do what I do, bro, because I've got way too far with people just to have it revealed what was already there they were holding on to that didn't keep it real with me. If I squeeze you a handful of times and X amount comes out and nothing more, I already pretty much know that's what the fuck's in there, and we could deal with that, right? There's a certain level of shit that, whether you like it or not, we could deal with it. It's that extreme hate and shit where they won't be honest, and then when you try to squeeze them, they run from it, and they double back, and they hate, and it's a power game, right? So that's, for me, part of how I do the content, part of how I just flesh out who's who. That's why I say, too, with the boundaries, I don't want to co-create with people with a whole bunch of boundaries. You guys are fucking boring. You're victimhood consciousness all the time. You're weak in every situation that requires strength. Go be with other bunch of weak-ass people with a whole bunch of boundaries because your core is weak. Right? If you had a strong core, you let the boundaries down. So it's a detriment for someone like me with so few boundaries, because I have such a strong core, to co-create with a bunch of folks with so many boundaries and such a weak core. Of course, we're never going to get along. You're afraid of life on life's terms. I love the game of life on life's terms. You will never mess with me until you learn to love the game of life on life's terms. And that's going to take you going past your feelings into what is true and what's real. Your fucking thoughts and feelings about life on life's terms and how you're perceived don't matter.
Yeah, you know, I
That's
wonder.
life coaching 101 too. Go ahead, sir.
Right. No, I wonder what's really true about this guy, man. But I'd be mad too if my lady, as he call her, what does he call her? Sweet lady, as he always calls her, which equals 33. But let's not get into that. Fucking got the went along with the thing. You know the thing. 2020, 2021. Yeah. And you're
And
always
who
speaking
is
out
this?
against big pharma is your main thing. This guy, you see that dude?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know
If
who
you're
that is, bro.
Imagine, come on, full screen me. You know who it is. He's got the 6'9" teeth, and he's edited onto Wonka, but it's the Hubbard creature. And
Oh yeah, Hubbard creature. Yeah,
yeah, shout
say
out
that,
to-
bro. Don't point me to pictographs. Just say the Hubbard creature.
Yeah,
So
so
I can't see that.
Imagine you spend most of your time, energy, attention, and your business, your channel, everything against speaking out against pharma, and then your own sweet lady.
Bro, I had the Frolic chick.
Not the thing.
This is how small of a world it is. Jennifer knew the Frolic chick before I ever knew either of them. The Frolic chick reached out to me to be on her broadcast. She offered to go with me to have coffee, right? Because, whatever. Boy, am I thankful. See, I'm such an egoic bitch with myself. I go, what, are you scared of her? Because she's attractive and they all say she's attractive and she's got that light about her, right? You scared of that pussy? Nah, I was scared of that demon up in her, because it turned out she went and got that juice and she claimed that it was a gateway for everyone else in consciousness to go to 5D. I ain't listening to that, bro. And that's why that's why I said the spirit protects me from me all the time and other people when I don't even know it. It puts something in me and goes, stay away from her. Don't deal with her. While everyone else is lusting for her and your dick is going, fuck her, that thing is going, stay away. And then 6 months later, she's juiced up and telling everybody that's a gateway to new consciousness. You can't be any more demonic and Luciferian than that. You don't get any more. If we wrote the movie and I'm the main fat character, right? And you're like someone who, hey, Paulie boy, come on a broadcast. And you're, and then we fast forward and you're like, yeah, everybody, I got this and I got DNA downloads and shit now. Yeah, I'm sure you did. With all that, well, I'm not going to say the chemical in there, but you know what it is and who it's named after. I'm sure you did get the uploads. Tell me all about it. But you ain't going to show me and you ain't going to get near me with it. Oh,
I mean, call it what it is. It sounds
yeah,
like,
bro. Like I said, I've talked myself out of more money and pussy than these guys have ever had the chance to talk themselves into.
yeah, you're talking about that thing that sounds like a race of Lucifer.
Right.
Right.
You couldn't help yourself, huh? You couldn't help
Well, I
yourself.
mean, I'm not saying it, all right? But yeah, it's
No,
interesting.
you're not saying it, but you're saying it.
how these things sound exact. It's just
Yeah, they know. They're mocking you and doing
mocking you at its
humiliation. They're going to
finest.
break your spirit and upload you with their worldly program. They know what to do. They're going to break that bitch down, pimp on her, Shaitan style, upload her with that shit, and then get her to take as many other beta boys with her as possible. Come get this pussy, boys. All right? It's like them old fucking tales where the woman's the siren or whatever, and then they talk about it being a creature or even a sea monster, and then it opens up and there's teeth in there, right? You go to fuck that bitch and it consumes you. I mean, this shit it's wilder than wild if you really want to get real about it and see this as the spiritual war dynamic. I don't see it as war because, again, I don't have to fight nothing. I just have to be aware of self and intuition because, like I said, it's been leading, guiding, protecting, and revealing the whole time. You know how many times I ask somebody a question I don't ask them normally when I'm in interactions, and it was the exact question I needed for them to reveal what the fuck I needed to know about them to stay away from them? 1,000 fucking times. So much so that I've just had so much faith now that something else is working. I don't even have to do nothing other than the next right thing, right? I got to do the basics in life, the chores and the habits, and, do it a certain way, right? And just observe myself and whatever comes before me. And I always get what the fuck I need. Regardless of even what I want and what I try to get, I always get what I need. And what's not meant for me is always kept from me. What else would you describe that other than a fatherly God? Like daddy's right there the whole time with the hand out, with what I need, pulling it back when I don't need what the fuck is offered.
OTW, click the link, dude.
Low T double U.
Dude, I did a stream the other day, and the whole fucking chat for an hour plus was just dropping OTW fucking brand ideas. OTW fucking jizz cakes, OTW lotion for Jack Talcott's legs. Holy, everything. Jack Talcott. I mean,
Come on, bro. They're remixing my shit I did a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Stop that. I come up with this shit on a live broadcast off the top of my head. They go to remixing it badly a year and a half later. Don't do that. That's not good for anybody. You got to develop a creative mind. You got to develop a fluid dynamic inner space. You got to come up with your own shit on the fly. I'm not saying I don't use and borrow. There's nothing new under the sun, man. There's plenty of stuff I use and borrow in a sense. It's all been done before. A lot of this shit is hacky old shit. And you just put a remix or a spin on it. But yeah, man, there is a point too where you just start to get in the flow and in your element and you just start to have ideas on the fly. Like they'll say, we don't know how your brain thinks like that. It may be a little bit of born, maybe a little bit of made. Right? I have a bizarre state of beingness, many have said in my life. A weird sort of countenance, like what I'm, motivated by is not like everyone else. But yeah, man, it's just like anything else, practice. The more you practice in these venues, just speaking and digging up the subconscious and putting pieces together, the more your mind just starts to think in a different way, right? If you want to call it that, because I really don't even think the shit just pops up before me, after a certain point. And it's all based on shit that we all know about ourselves and each other, and it's all based on taboos and it's all based on the unspoken, right? That's what comedy is. They get in the room and talk about all the unspoken shit that we all know we won't speak about, and then remix it. Where's OTW, man? He's telling with the link down there. He's not even up here. What's going on, man?
Yeah, next
Canadians
time
too. The Canadians are worse than blacks. They show up even later.
Next time, maybe you guys could flood the chat with ideas for me. You know, that would be pretty. That'd be a good thing. I'd appreciate that as opposed to for OTW. You could do that in his chat.
Yeah, I got to get out of here too, man, because it's 3:20 in, and I'm 20 minutes past, and I've done enough time from the beginning, and I've done enough time definitely the last 2 days, staying out here an extra 2-3 hours, playing with these fucking clowns, wasting my time, energy, and attention, and getting caught up in a loop again. Foolishness. I'm calling myself right out on it. Foolishness. But I did it willfully as a simulation just to show it again, because your boy came over here and had a whole sob story and a whole fucking he wants to work with me and he's willing to do and all the rest. Yeah, you banned me in the chat, 5 different people, and I was the one who was muted the most and kept in the back the longest, the guy you wanted to work with. So I'm done with all of them. The whole internet's full of loser failures going nowhere. And again, tomorrow too, snafu, none of this shit, bro. None of it. We're doing breaking slave. Even if I have to end it an hour and a half, 2 hours, I don't give a fuck. We're doing breaking slave news. You want to talk about whatever else in our lives, dynamics that work for all of us, past stories. You want to ask me 10 questions, whatever you want to do. Cops killing citizen slaves. I'll show you 10 of them in a row. I at least need a break, if not completely, like at this moment, just from these people being in my reality. It's a complete detraction and distraction. It serves no purpose. I'm the type of person, when I'm aware I'm doing foolishness, it bothers me. It may not bother you all. It bothers me. So when I see myself doing it, when I know better, I at least need a couple days, couple weeks, whatever, to kind of refocus and recenter. Because I know the loop within the loop, we're going to go back and do it again in some way, even if it's with new people. It's the nature of the beast. But, you know, how many times you do the same shit over and over again in different ways, get the same results and go, okay, I need to fall back from it. What's going on, OTW? Give us something here. I know you got something on your mind.
I'm just tired of the loser failures. Dishonorable, disrespectful people are just a little bit. There's too many.
Now the people want to know, when are you going to take your broadcast to the next level? Because
right, that's one of the reasons why I'm glad you were live, because you remember yesterday you said you had, back chat, you said you had something for me, and I was like, I wonder what that is, and it's like, and I answered back, but I'm not sure what you were supposed to like.
Forget about that. I don't even know what I was saying, and half of that I'm going to be all the way real, like I always do. I was talking extra to you back there to do a simulation with Slavecott, and it worked perfectly, because as I was talking to you, he completely ignored his broadcast, fixated on what I was saying to you, and then projected how nobody loves him. Because he's been dying to like talk to me in private and have interactions. I had something up there, whatever, bro, we do the same shit all day, every day. I got my own loops, and then there's the loops that come up with these loopers. Right. That's 3 loops. But the point is like, whatever the fuck I'm going to show you and tell you, you probably could already guess it. Like, what is it going to be? Some guy like playing fucking accordion? I mean, I guess you never know. But my point is, bro, with you, like I told you, take the broadcast to the next level. That could be you doing less. That equals more. Like I said, a lot of people out there, they're invested in you. They like you. That's a good place to be. You got no pressure. Go fucking make a drawing, bro. Sit there, put on some music like these bozos do. Set a mood, put some fucking lights up, and just let the people sit with you, smoke some reefer, and do a drawing. They'll come and go. You'll be doing the drawing. You'll be in the moment. You'll be on camera. So you'll practice owning the moment in the room and not having no pressure, and then just creating something. You might find that might become a whole series. You just drawing shit. Might be a separate channel idea. OTW illustrations, where you just sit there and draw shit. They watch you. They talk in the chat, bullshit with, because a lot of what goes on here is folks wanting to meet and just bullshit with each other in chat. Sometimes I'm cool with that. Sometimes I'm like, I wish you guys would go to fucking AOL or something. But if I really push that, then they're not going to come back and go, who are you, bro? We got to show up all the time and only watch you and listen to you. Sometimes we show up to interact with the community. Okay, whatever. That's a positive thing for everybody, you could argue. Till it gets to all the low-level gossip and shallow bullshit that it always becomes if it doesn't start that way. But you get what I'm saying, bro. There's a whole bunch of things. You playing guitar. You got talents and abilities, man. You got content up the ass. You could be doing a drawing and making comments at the same time, talking about whatever comes through your beingness, or just sitting in silence. You could be playing music and doing riffs off these other clowns. If you're going to talk about them, sit there and play a blues riff and do something about Slow State, having gray skin. My name is Slow State. I got black circled eyes. I say I'm a ladies' man, but I really love guys. You know what I'm saying, bro? You got a wealth of talent and ability in places you can go with it, and you just don't give a fuck enough about really digging into yourself and showing who and what you are to everybody and owning that shit. And I think if you do that, you're going to find more about yourself and more about the audience and more about the content. Fuck these people and even me and what I'm talking about, you know, leave my name up there or not. Do your shit, bro. Own your journey. Share who and what you are in all aspects. Don't feel any kind of way about it. The people, like I said, already like you.
That's food for thought on.
Well put.
Yeah, really did hit the spot there, especially in at this particular moment, kind of like as the universe.
Yeah, you might have not been here yet, but we're doing Break the Loop 2024,
All right.
2024 is the year of the broken loop, man. The year of the Ouroboros either swallows its tail or lets it out of its mouth.
It's like a embargo of sorts.
That's it. We're done, bro. We're done. Like, look around. Look at the macro loop. Look at the world stage. Look at the economy. Look at world history. We looped again. 100-year loop down to the micro. We're looping daily. The fuck is this? You want to talk about maddening? The more conscious and aware you become, the more you realize you're in something that is loops within loops. Then you get choice. Get on this one, get off that one. That's all it is. But you got to set that habit and that intention like anything else. If you don't stick to that, like I don't, I'm calling me out, then it creeps back in, bro. Just like when I used to do the days of heroin. Oh, I'm off heroin for 2 weeks. And then you do this fucking game. You get around with your loser failure buddies. Oh, we haven't done heroin in 2 weeks. We're off it again. We can go back to it and do it just Monday and not do it the rest of the week. Yeah, right. You do heroin Monday, you're going to be doing it every other day of the week at some point. And then you're going to be back in the loop, deep in it and going, how the fuck did I get here? I'm such a piece of shit. And then double beat yourself up. Right. So it's one thing to do it on here at times for effect or to illustrate an idea. I'm in a weird position. I almost have to be hypocritical because I go, I can't come on here and just sit in silence and do ashram for whatever, right? To retain peace. I almost have to do content, you know, chaos, controversy at times, drama at times, speak about the personality dynamics at times. I even kind of enjoy it. But then I go, I see way too much emotional investment from a lot of these folks. And I even see it to the point where they're pulling it up in me. And that's kind of hard to do with me at this point, especially over the internet. So I go, you must be suffering. You must be fucked up because I can feel you pulling a bit of it out of me. And me having to go, okay, I'm going to get away from this. You're in it all day, every day. You don't stop. So I know what you're feeling, and you may not even know what you're feeling until you feel something different. Then you're going to look back and go, holy shit, I was doing that all day, every day in that space of beingness and energy. I've seen it. It's subtle, bro, but once you see one, you see the other easier, and then you become aware, oh shit, there's different states of beingness. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be in this.
Yeah, it's an energy drain instead of a mutual energy exchange, you know?
Well, that's what, again, I'm not trying to beat up on them, but a lot of these folks, because they're unreconciled and they haven't begun or completed the journey, they're vampiric. And it's a slippery slope from being empowered and staying in your purpose and not giving a fuck about anybody else's wishes necessarily, and then also converting that to a negative space and just being vampiric and wanting to feed off everybody and everything and generate more conscious chaos so you can escape yourself in your life. I don't need that. So why would I do that? I'm not down on myself in my life at this point, quite the opposite. So why would I interact with folks who generate that constantly because they want to escape themselves in their life? They're then making me become something I don't need to be because I did that for too long and I got out. Right? I was running with chaos theorists for years because I wanted to escape myself and my life and the fact that I wasn't doing anything to change it. I don't have that problem now. That's why I stay out of the fucking way. That's why I got no drama in my life. That's why I got few people in my circle.
A lot of them.
And I like everybody who's there and they like me, right? Then we respect each other and we see growth. Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, a lot of these people, they they need the help the most, and it's like they resist it the most as well. It's weird, but they
And that's the
definitely.
thing. And I also have a bit of me, whether it's misdirected or not, that feels like I'm here to help these people. Like they think I'm there to try to prove something with Cynthia and Slow State and the rest of them. I just thought that they were brought into my existence for me to show them something and tell them something for them to be better and do better. You want to call that egoic? I don't feel that way about it. It's a genuine care I have for all people, and a genuine I believe I have for talent and for potential, right? And to take that and to do something with it. I wasn't coming at it from an egoic perspective. I'm trying to shake them up and wake them up. And like you said, it doesn't matter how you come about it. If you come about it with them loving and caring, they tell you you're egoic. If you tell them, listen, bro, I know you because I know me. You're this, and this. Cut the bullshit. They say that you're trying to fucking gaslight. So,
what are your thoughts on how I presented myself over on Jax yesterday when I went up on his panel?
Cordial, genuine, authentic. I don't know if he caught it, but
yeah, I don't really I don't expect anybody to go in there really trying to prove something or war with them. There's no war. So yeah, if you go in there and you're just being real and honest and open about what you do and why you do it, and they blow up on you and shit on you, I mean, they just convicted themselves. Just proves that ain't my tone and energy that's getting the reactions and responses. It's getting it who I am. Because someone completely different who's living the same way or has the same understanding comes in with a completely different tone and approach, and you treat them the same way. Who are you kidding? You just want to gaslight that it's about the tone and energy. No, you got a reason for everyone in front of your face why you won't be accountable and you won't accept the understanding of truth. And you want to push your truth as the truth. You got an excuse and a justification for each individual person why you won't take that understanding from them. Because you think the truth coming from them is their truth. And you got your truth and they got theirs. You're deceived. You're missing the point. And again, when you got nobody in your life who's worthy of being there and you got no fucking money and no prospects, you probably ain't onto a good idea. You're probably not that clever and smart. You're probably a big fucking dummy, like I had to tell Pineal last night. He said he thinks a lot of these people are smart. I said, what's your evidence for that? He couldn't give me one piece of evidence. They're angry, they're miserable, they're poor, they're broke, they have unattractive people in their life or nobody. I said, these are far from smart, intelligent people. These are the dumbest and the lowest of the low. They can't even figure out how to live life properly. You want to say they're intelligent people? Far from it.
I have a habit of tending to admire, because it is an admirable trait that, consistency. Well, not necessarily. I mean, genocide consistently isn't good, but you get my point. Consistency and the determination that even Mr. Talcott has, while he's totally missing the mark often.
I perceived something beyond the fact that he was resentful towards me for doing say Get a Life Jack hit pieces that I did on him. I believe that there was something beyond than just that he was so resentful towards me. I believe there's something more than just
it's me and you working together because he wants a personal relationship with me and wants to work with me, and you're a symbol of everything he can't get with me. So we're playing daddy, and then they say I have daddy issues. No, you have daddy issues. I called myself daddy because I recognize the dynamic that's been present since I've started this. A bunch of broken, arrested development man and women children who need a daddy and will take to me like that if I let them. So I call it out. I don't do that. And then I try to speak the truth and life into you so you can reorder your space and not need me. See, I'm not culting. I'm getting you out of the arrested development, trauma-based mind control cult that is culture and society. I'm doing the opposite of what you're claiming. And yeah, I'm aware that calling myself daddy is cringy and awkward. That was the purpose. It's going to be memorable. People are going to feel something about it. When they feel something about it, they don't forget it. That means I own your inner space. You don't think I know it's cringy and awkward? It also happens to be very true in its own way. Mm-hmm. Ask the women and children in my life. They'll have no problem calling me daddy because of what it represents.
Yeah. It's like Google. Hey, Google, what's my name?
Your name is Daddy.
See? Siri knows. When you got it like that, you got it like that. You know? Stupid. I don't know how you did that, but hey, you get score one for OTW. Every once in a while, he'll hit on something. He's got the goods, right? He's just gotta cultivate it. He's gotta work it. Did Paul break character? What does that mean exactly? I don't even know what that means at this point. You guys are so dense that you think when somebody like moves into a different space of consciousness and redirects the perspective and uses humor that there's a character. We're all characters on the world stage. There's different aspects of self. I'm fluid and dynamic into those aspects of self. It's not necessarily a character. That is my character. I'm a sad clown. Like, what do you need from me? How do I communicate this to you in some mythical archetype that you can understand? It's just who I am. I've been a sad clown from day one. Does that work for you? They should be able to clip that and do something with that as well. Put me in a little fucking hat, red nose, the whole deal. I give you everything you need.
There's definitely
So
something.
I've been a
there,
sad
you know?
clown from day one, and I've tried to make life my performance art, and it's worked for me.
I keep trying to like venture off and make connections with, you know, like-minded folks, but I always find myself back here. So I really probably ought to take a closer look at that.
Yeah,
Not
you're
exactly sure
all
what it is.
projecting shit onto me and then asking me what I'm doing with your delusion. It's not real. Stop asking me about shit that doesn't exist for me, that only exists within you. It's your experience, not mine. You all keep sitting up there debating over when I'm in character or not. This is a lack of discernment on your part. It's not me doing characters and breaking character. You don't know what's going on when and wherever, how. That's clear. Why doesn't begin and end with me? Look at your world. You all can't fucking look at something and tell me what color the damn sky is objectively. It's true. If you do a statistic and ask 1,000 people what color the sky is, they will not be able to agree on a color. Stop making your experience mine. You believe at times I'm doing a character. You believe at times I'm breaking character, and you can't find where they begin or end. That's a you issue and problem. And if I have to do a broadcast where I literally break down every fucking moment and what I'm thinking and feeling or not in the moment and what I'm doing for you to even be able to keep up. It's like dealing with children, beyond children. Children take to it after a certain point. They go, we know what he's doing right there. What he always does. Just because you can't figure shit out, stop projecting onto other people they're doing this or that. No, your brain and feelers is doing this and that. Been the same me that you've met for the last fucking 2 years or more, 3 years, hours a day. Me doing what I do. You still can't figure out what's what.
All right.
Like they tell me whenever they see me crying on the broadcast, I'm faking it and acting. Well, then give me a Grammy and pay me more. If I can sit up here and cry on command, I'm the best fucking actor ever, better than 50 Cent in Power. Give me my series already. Leave me alone. He didn't break character there. That is his character. He was pretending to cry to garner sympathy to get money. Could you project any harder and just try to convince everyone to not believe what the fuck they're seeing and witnessing? God forbid they just take, I might actually be an authentic, caring individual who loves to do humor and entertain. You just couldn't take me at my word and face value, huh? Has to be some dastardly, mysterious plan going on.
And you, the bad guy. You're the evil clown. The evil
They
bad
need
guy.
people like me so they can point their fingers and say, there's the bad guy. Doesn't make them good OTW. They just know how to hide, how to lie. Tony Montana wasn't wrong. I always tell the truth, even when I lie. Isn't that what he said in that next line? Give you the game. They show you and tell you who and what it's all about. Sitting around a bunch of haters who never done shit. He's trying to figure it all out, living in the world. By the end of it, he realizes, like we all do. Some of us realize halfway through. It's all a fucking game. It's all an illusion. It's all bullshit. But hey, rather flip bricks and go out shooting than sit around with a bunch of fake ass lying clowns with their little dinner napkin in their fucking shirt.
Speaking of clowns, I found
There's a fate worse than death.
evil clown picture backstage. You can bring it up if you want.
Evil clown picture. All right. See what that looks like now. Nothing back there. You mean back there? I got it. Is that the Gorgon creature?
That's the Violator in this movie Spawn.
Yeah, it looks like it just came out from getting a treatment for safety.
Right. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, yeah. Did you ever stop to think, like Jennifer every once in a while will say something and then just her saying it back to me changes the way I see it. She goes, does everyone forget up there that Cynthia, S-I-N, of course, Cynthia, sat with you for weeks and months, said you were amazing and great, went over and said Jack Talcott was the most evil person she'd ever met. And then all that changed one day when she broke bad with me. Now she hangs with him. He's the best guy ever. Jack, we love you. Paulie's the evil one. You're the fakest bitch ever. You'll just say anything to anybody to get in where you fit in, which ain't many places because you don't fit. You get what I'm saying?
She even put me in that boat yesterday. Remember? She was like, "No, he's
yeah." Like Jennifer even goes. She goes, "What world is everyone living in?" Where I didn't. She goes, "I don't even watch you and listen." And I remember like days straight at one point. She goes, "I walk by and hear Cynthia praising you, having a great time. Talcott was the worst person ever." Soon as I brought up the treatment and she didn't like what I had to say about her being a mind-controlled slave, I became Satan himself, and he's the best guy ever. Wake the fuck up. You all do the same shit, just like that moose bitch. Moose tard. You're all the same beta bitch, male or female. You do the same shit, line for line. How could you argue there's not one self when I've shown you all of them do the same thing over and over again? I'm the best simulation creator facilitator ever. There's no doubt about it. Freud and the rest of these scum never did what the fuck I've done. Okay? They've never, I'm stepping all the way out and I'm jumping out the window with ego. I don't care. They've never created a simulation that if you took the clips out and showed the characters and what it all led to and brought all the connections back to home base and gave it to someone to make them realize the differences in consciousness, nobody's done what the fuck I've done here. Taking actual people live time, use the elements that I've been given, which is little to nothing, to create an experience, to draw out all of the subconscious material that they wouldn't admit to, and you never get it if you were on a panel with them for hundreds and thousands of days straight. They'd be chumming around, bullshitting, lying to themselves and each other. I got it all up out of them. I got them to show that they're all the same person with the same intentions and motivations and outcomes and results. I'm going to take my bow now. You guys are going to give final words, and I'm going to go off for the rest of my day because we're 45 minutes over, right? Best simulation ever for consciousness and awareness and revelation. I'm calling it. I've never seen anything like it. If you were to condense it down and give the summation of it all. That's just my perspective. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm me and I'm doing it. Go ahead, gentlemen. Give a final word, if you will. We'll be back tomorrow.
You know what? I was thinking, students in psychology would have a field day just coming up on panels and participating.
I think they're not watching. They ain't going to type in chat. Why would they? They're going to remain fair and impartial and objective. They're not going to type. They're just going to watch and take notes. They're just going to watch and go, wow, we studied that. Jung, Freud, this, that, and that. Paulie just gave us a lifetime demonstration, 5 of them in a row.
He's going to use it for dissertations and term papers.
Oh, yeah, bro. I mean, if I was I'm not really motivated for the written word as much or for presentation things. It's just not really what gets me going. I like the on the fly. I like the faith-based shit. I want it all to be shown with the universe doing it and me just riding along with it. I always
improvise everything. I never really come up with something structured. I try to go with the flow and let's I'm kind of like, let's see what happens, like.
Yeah, you're a musician in that way where you want to play by ear and just kind of groove wherever it goes and then, back and forth kind of thing. And that's what that's what they do. But yeah, I mean, if I was motivated like that or I decided to, I could sit down and fucking create the presentation, and show you the elements of it. I mean, I pretty much do that here on the fly. It's just less detailed, I guess. But at some point I may do that, bro. If I ever decide to do a book or something like that, people have asked me to do that. I may incorporate, sections or just do a whole book on what I've observed in experiences and simulations with the psychology and sub-psychology and what it all indicates. And again, the majority of this is just going to be remixes, firsthand remixes of what they've already told us and shown us. All the intros I've given you is everything we're doing here. I didn't even watch any of that shit before I've done it here. I do what I do here, and then I found that channel, and I just throw shit up based on the title. I don't know what's in there. Every time I watch one, it's one for one what the fuck's going on here. No one's that good. That's why I do what I do, because the universe syncs up with you, and then the truth is just revealed constantly. And then it's just more about clarifying that, boiling it down, distilling it, clarifying it, and or experiencing with it and having fun with it and playing the game.
You said less detailed, but I see it as less is more, because it's to me, it's a display of wisdom versus knowledge. You know, you obviously have a fascination with psychology or whatever, but so you've studied it, but you experience it, you feel it. I don't know how to really describe it.
Yeah, first-hand experience versus
right. Experience versus reading it in a book and thinking you know how to diagnose something, you know.
Yeah,
living
so
it versus walking it. I mean, walking
so
it versus
yeah,
talking it.
the pig creature didn't get the warning, I guess, or she was watching and waiting and couldn't help but to hate in the chat. So you're gone now. You're blocked and banned. Just all you show up. We got Slow State, Cynthia. They never watch me though. They'll sit over with each other and go, we don't watch Foley Boy. We never watch them, but they're here every day. They show up as soon as, you start to press the button enough, right? They know that their numbers are terrible, so they're going to try to use me for promotion. That's it. You're done. Blocked. I'm not going to block you. You got another 2 weeks with yourselves and each other at least, unless I decide to change that. I'm always able to change my mind or my sentiment. I may just do that organically, like I have many times in the past. They go, you have the patience of a saint. No, I have the default position of love and peace. When you have that as a default state, when you didn't have it for so long, you don't want to trade that for anything, not even Slow State and Cynthia. So it's not a testament to me white knuckling patience. I just rather live in love and peace than live in hate like they all do and suffer. I do it for myself. So yeah, with that said, it's like, you guys are done. You're blocked now. Go stay with each other and your 50 broken hoe audience. You pass around to each other. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Now they're forwarding to each other's channel. The same 50 broken bitches who go everywhere and have no life. They're just training them. Yeah. Talcott trains them, right? Gets his fixed dopamine rush. Look at me, listen to me. I've just talked a whole bunch of nonsense and done nothing in my life. He trains them out, right? Finishes on them, right? Abuses them, demoralizes them, then passes them off to Slow State, right? Slow State trains them. Yeah, $1 a month. Yeah. I'm a ladies' man. Humiliates them, degrades them, passes them on to TML, right? You guys are fucking grotesque.
Holy shit, dude.
You'll tell me I'm grotesque for fucking 2 women at once. You're grotesque for passing the same 50 broken bitch audience around to each other, pretending like you're doing something. You can't earn a listener if your life depended on it, because it does. You're all poor and broke, and there's $1 billion on here, and you can't get to none of it. Go ahead, gentlemen. Time to go. We've said enough.
All right. Where's your body?
Time to go train that 50 group of broken bitches for the 1,000th time. Just sick of looking at.
Yeah,
go train them out one more time and convince yourself you're all that and more.
Where's Cock Booty Online?
Cock Booty Online is another one who's disappeared ever since they had a dust up with me. Everyone who dusts up with me disappears for a time. Did you notice that? No one noticed that.
Their wounds.
Yeah. They got to go refigure out how to live life, because Paulie Boy just showed them a whole reality they didn't know existed. And the worst part is it was within themselves. That'll really fuck you up. Showed me a whole reality that was within me the whole time. I wasn't aware it was there. Yeah, you got to go get it together. I get it. We'll see you in a couple months, bro. Take some time off. Sabbatical, right? Work 6, rest 1.
Well, I mean, you probably just got tired of it. It's the same bullshit all the time.
Yeah, I know. They broadcast for 5 years. I show up. They dust up with me 3 months within, and they're all of a sudden tired of it and go off to do something else. It's all coincidences, TV. You know that. We're coincidence theorists here. Ian, Yurt, Moose, Zetetic, Horrier. I could go on and on and on. There's some I've forgotten more than other people have experienced with. There's more of them, and I've forgotten them all because there's been so many of them. Right, because they're just that not memorable, and we'll see more. You'll see more. They're coming. I can feel it. I can already see the ones who they're cycling, spinning, have nowhere to go, and little bit more of this humiliation and grinding on their ego, especially with that morning music thing, right? Everyone forgets about that. See, I'm a hitter, bro. I get up early. I get up early at times, do my own thing. But what I was meant to say there was I go on early. So I'll go on an hour early and I'll do music because I'm listening to music anyway and kind of in my own shit, transmuting in the vibe, whatever, having fun or just sitting with some. And I'm gonna put up your picture. I'm gonna roll the clips, and because I delete it every day anyway. And I know you're watching. And I know when you watch me do that every morning, it fucks with you, right? So now I'm in your mind and heart again, right? You don't want to play with me. You're best off. I've told you all, staying the fuck away from me. If you get on my bad side, I'm gonna grind on your ego long term. I got nowhere to go and nothing to do, and I find you guys to be hilariously tragic. So you're just a walking joke to me. I got no problem playing your shit, showing you, and just playing on your ego. And then deleting it like it never happened. You saw it. You were there. Just we're having fun, right? Having fun with what is. So if you really don't like it and you don't want it with me, just cut it out. Because it's masochistic and sadistic. You always wind up worse off than when you started. Give me the final word. Come on, fellas. Let me up out of here. I know you love daddy.
My final words are
DW.
There it is.
I mean, a lot of this shit, for me personally, it's fucking stale. And I don't blame
I agree with you, sir.
I don't blame people for just like, what's the point? I mean, what content, what truth or content is there really to expound on exactly? I mean, yeah, I mean, you have a gift of gab for sure. You know, you have a very good way about communicating yourself and I mean your thoughts, I guess, you know. But I mean a lot of this shit is just stale, man, and it's at a standstill. And
wouldn't you agree, TB, what you just said about me and what I know about you? You're a fairly good communicator and fairly intelligent and witty and quick at times. Wouldn't you say that Drew would, if nothing else, forget about the audience and what's to be had here? Doesn't he get value out of coming on here and just rapping and getting better at that? Because he's not exactly a great speaker. He's not exactly, you get where I'm going with this? He could use it for that, if nothing else. So why they waste 5 years here trying to make cute little clips and clever quips and all the rest of it instead of just working on?
I mean, I've personally experienced him to be a pretty good communicator. His presentations, you know, his lives, when I've watched him, he's always been pretty clear about what he's communicating.
Yeah, if he's talking about some body found in a swamp. But when you talk to him directly about his ideas and who he is and what he does, he's like,
I think he's careful with his words, yeah. Or maybe he doesn't seem like he's
scared.
Okay.
Lives in fear.
Well, I mean, a lot of people live in fear.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Live without fear. Hello, Talcadia 101. We're living it over here. So if I read the fear coming off of him and it's an impediment to his conversation and presentment, he should be using this place to get past that. Who better to do that with than me? Instead of hating on me. Another guy was hating on me and constantly trying to play with me like a child on the playground. Want to get the big guy and play with him, push his buttons. Okay, whatever. I do it better than anybody and I can take it. Where does it all go, bro? How did he get better from the simulation? You know?
I mean, I don't take any of this shit personal. Obviously, you know, if I did, I wouldn't come here. So, but a lot of people, it is, I don't know. It's a source of some sort of weird trauma, and they, I don't know, they're performative personalities. That's why they create these fucking panel shows, and the same characters going on there telling us about what they think they know and pretending. It's fucking ridiculous.
Hey, everyone has a voice. We're all equal.
I'm fucking sick of it, man. I fucking hate this shit. I can't even believe I'm here today, but you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying, TV, bro. I got position for you and a bunch of other people. Let's just run that, bro. It's not about submitting to me. It's like, come here, bring up what the fuck you love to talk about or what you're into. Give me 10, 20 minutes with that. Let's take it somewhere. 10, 20 minutes with each person. And then back and forth as we move along with the clips and whatever else. Just be part of doing the broadcast. Not because you need to please me or make my broadcast better, because you're here anyway. You obviously get some value with me or from this. You can contribute to that. And then we can like ignore the rest of these motherfuckers and let them just do what they do.
You know,
Well, that's the thing, bro. The more that you did that, the more that you do that with me and whoever's here, and we just do however it works out, even if I do most of the talking, it creates a different energy and content and draws in different conversation and players and experience.
Okay, I mean, I hear you. I haven't, you know, to be honest, I hadn't watched your content in a minute. Just kind of popped in and see what's going on. And I
What is
see,
that?
What is that?
I don't know.
He's putting up OTW's putting up pictures now. It's Live Without Fear, some guy in a depressed huddle.
Reading the Bible.
Yeah, fetal position.
These bitches are getting fetal position. They're getting elbows to the penis.
Yeah, that's pretty much the modern day Christian. Just completely disempowered.
I mean, that's not hot. I mean, I'm usually on the couch when I'm reading the Bible. I don't know about the floor in a cowering position, but I guess hyperbole works for some, I guess. I don't know.
He did a shot of heroin before that. for
That's
God.
what's terrifying him. That's what's scaring him is the demons from that tan. So.
All right, come on, give me the final word. I gotta get out of here. I didn't eat nothing yet today. It's getting already kind of late for that. I gotta eat something. Come on. I'm seriously overweight and I need sustenance.
All right, Paul. Have a good night. It was fun.
I love you, brother.
Yet, I mean, I didn't chime in because you're going off on people. So, which is why we're all here, right?
Yes
Anyway.
and no.
Anyway, man, have a good night, man.
All right, you're sick anyway, man. You got to save your voice, recuperate. I want the full TB experience. It's better you didn't speak too much today. If I want my TB, I want the full experience with the voice, the inflection, the hey buddy, the whole deal. You know, I don't want this fucking my snuggie. I'm having some chicken soup. Thinking about like co-hosting with Ian and Slow State.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it just doesn't do it for me, man. So next time, just fucking stay home. Don't show up. I need you to recuperate. I need you, TB, to be at your best so we can share the best together. Go ahead, OTW News and Peanut Power, please.
All right,
Have to go.
everybody.
I'm famished.
Make sure you guys show up for another epic show of Proper Instruction Motivates People tomorrow. As usual, same time, same channel. Peace and much love coming at you from the belly of the beast.
Coming at you. All right, OTW signing out. Peanut Power, let's go.
Coming at ya. All right, appreciate
Coming
you.
at you. Come on, guys. Guys, we come here every day, guys. I play a guru on YouTube and many other things. And now I got to go eat. It's only right. Guys.
Guys, hey guys.
Guys, believe who you want. Guys, I don't like any of you. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Guys, you want to believe him? Whatever. Guys.
Same pimp time, same pimp channel. Indeed, Meta. Indeed. 12 to 3, 500 something days in a row, going for 1,000. It's amazing, man. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
1,000 days or
amazing
until I have a
broadcast.
heart attack, which is increasingly approaching day by
You're
day.
an amazing broadcaster. You're an amazing cheese consumer. You're an
Amazing.
man. Magnanimous, sir. Very magnanimous. I appreciate you again. And what was I going to say? I guess that's
All right, we'll see you later. Good stuff, Sean. Peanut Power signing off. You always know someone's in the pocket when they just sit there in silence and they go, what was I going to say? That doesn't work. Okay, he's back there. He's looking at me. Okay, now I was going to bring you back in. I couldn't bear to look at you back there. He always does that. Okay, now he's back. He left. He's back. He didn't know what to do. Come on, Peanut Power. Make it quick. You always do this. Why do you always have to be the last one to sign off? Why?
It was the best stream I've had in a while there last night, and it wasn't. because I
Okay, was it
covering-
as good for you as it was for me? Do you you need a pillow talk now or what?
No, it was
This is
probably
the
better
best
for me
stream
than it was
ever.
for you. For you, you were just,
It's just what they always do. I give a woman 3 to 4 orgasms in 20 minutes, and then they want to sit there and talk to me afterward. I go, haven't I done enough? I go, the beta male you just left couldn't even find your clitoris with MapQuest. 3, 4 orgasms, 20 minutes, and you want to talk. Just let me go, man. I'm not even that interesting. I'm just a guy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Jen. Sean's restreams help the algo. That's the idea. That's kind of the idea. Paul doesn't like compliments. That is true. That is kind of true. He's not moved by praise nor blame. So yeah.
It's the thing. I'm very egoic and narcissistic, so much so I don't like compliments. Go figure that one out. While you're figuring it out, I'm going to go eat something.
That
I
is
love you,
you,
brothers and
Paul.
sisters. That is me. It is also you. There's only one I am that am. If you can say it, you are it. Now, please, Sean, leave me.
All right. Well, since you're
Leave
not
me
moved
in
by praise
peace.
nor blame, I'll end off. Fuck you, brother. I'm sorry. Brother. I
Right.
don't know why that happened. Much love, everybody.
Whoa. Did you see what that just did? It like takes you for a loop there because he goes, fuck you, Jesus. And he says, I love you, brother. I don't know what.
Jesus.
You don't know what to do with that. All right, get the hell out of here. We love you, Sean Penal Power. But we have to go. We have to stop because you'll never stop. Okay, folks, resoundingly successful broadcast as always. Why? Because this guy, who's got 2 thumbs and is also considered the god of all media, this guy. Cynthia, what can I do for you?
I was defending my name.
All right, that was good stuff. I'll see you later. Everybody, Cynthia, the Gorgon creature. Great stuff. So we'll be back tomorrow, somewhere between 12 and 3 MDT, as always. And if you need a place to feel at home, because maybe you're a little broken, loser, failure, got nothing going on, Cynthia, Slow State, Slave Cot, you got a whole lineup. Get on over there. Go on. All right. I'm out of here. Mazel from out west, as always. God of all media signing off. Unslave one out.